This is Chris Aballo's podcast experiment, and I am Chris Aballo. Welcome to the Midnight Live Stream. That's right, the first live stream in 3 months, the second of 2021, the third ever in this current incarnation of Cape. And we're here for a very special occasion. But before we get to that, joining me, of course, is, you know him, you love him, Ryan Taggart, everybody.
Hello.
Christian Cortez, engineer Chris.
Hey, how are you, Christian?
I'm pointing at you, mofo.
Oh, I'm Christian.
You get equal billing.
What's going on, guys? How you doing?
And also, welcome birthday boy, Jack DeFranco, everyone.
Hey,
everybody. Happy birthday, Jack.
Woo.
Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah.
He's cracking open
He got
water.
it.
And he's got a whole six-pack he's going to get through.
Yep.
So this is going to be a
That's
really
my birthday
interesting show.
present.
And that actually is your only birthday present because you're a grown man.
I know.
You don't need,
You don't need presents.
yeah, you
I
got
know.
enough toys. You don't need
Yeah.
You
anymore.
don't get to go to Chuck E. Cheese like the rest of
Well,
us.
I'm going to stop you there. There's no such thing as enough toys.
There really is.
That's not a thing.
I'm going to stop you right there.
Yeah.
All right, fine.
Yeah, today was like
Touche.
Comic-Con at
Yeah,
home,
that's
and I
like
made a whole
that's not a
list.
thing. Yeah.
No. Especially for collectors. What are you
Yeah.
talking about? Look at where you podcast.
All right,
Yeah.
all right.
Yeah.
Get out of
Easy.
here.
He's not getting
I
a birthday
essentially
toy.
made my Christmas list today with
Get out
Comic-Con
of
at
his
home.
own show.
Yeah, exactly.
I
It's your own
told my
toy
wife.
show. Ay.
Check the levels.
So anyway, yeah, we're checking the levels. Since this is live, you guys get to
Yeah.
experience all
Yeah, we're
the
live, pal.
nonsense
We're
we do
boisterous.
before the show because the show's just happening in real time. Anyway, yeah, here we are at a shared universe in Bellworks, and we're going to be going for the next little while. And this will be, if you're enjoying what you're seeing, both of you. No, I'm just kidding. It's a Friday night in July. The idea that maybe you're a shut-in or some kind of introvert and you're actually home watching this because you don't have plans, that's fine, because this will be podcasted on Monday as Cape 177. So make sure you're subscribed to the podcast feed and make sure you're following the show at Cape Pod on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok.
Do you mind if I explain something for any of people who are coming from Arcade Productions?
Absolutely.
Go right
So,
ahead.
guys, this is not this is not a normal thing. I just was like, fuck it, why not? But this,
You're immediately breaking channel protocol by saying fuck it. So-
Basically,
rough.
they're expecting Anderson Harbor soon, so they already know.
Yeah, exactly.
Merry Christmas in July from Streamblind Thomas
Yeah.
179. Yeah, man. So
This kind of
this
is Christmas in July.
I always had Christmas in
It-
July.
But you know what? I always loved that comparison because it's always like not the comparison, but I always like the idea of Christmas in July because it's like the little bit of
Hey, July 23rd for
Yeah.
36 years was my Christmas in July.
That's right.
It's nice and warm. We
Yeah.
don't need any of that snow shit.
Yeah, exactly.
What does that bottom comment say?
I ate a house.
Good for you.
So-
Good
yeah,
for you.
all right, good for you.
But yeah, it's
Just
just
one-
Rando,
just one
1984. No, I'm kidding. I can't read it. The thing is like 100 feet away from me. I legitimately can't read. Ryan's responsible.
Thomas
for comments.
Rails, 1984.
Thomas Rails.
Thomas Rails.
1984.
That's
Ate-
got to be.
Ate a house.
Okay, let's just be clear. Thomas Rails is clearly a porn name. All right, let's just
Yeah.
put it
Yes.
right out there. If you didn't realize that, rename your channel because you're going to get a lot of unwanted traffic.
oh yeah.
Take it from me. There's an episode of Cape from 6 years ago called American Porno Story. It has a lot of thumbs downs because people, let's just say they got the wrong idea. Don't know why they're going to YouTube for that, but that's a whole other story. I won't subject you to that tonight. So
In 1984, he's only got so many years left in the porn game before machinery stops working.
not
And
necessarily.
you have to pop pills.
We've been over this. There's a lid for every pot. There's a market no matter what you are, and you're somebody's thing.
Geriatric porn.
Let's put it that way.
So as you could clearly establish, this is not kid friendly.
No.
No,
So
I mean,
Sorry,
number one,
sorry.
No tank
kids.
engines were harmed in the
Hang
making
on.
of this
It's-
episode.
Yeah.
it's midnight on the East Coast. It's 9 p.m. on the West Coast. Your kids should be in bed anyway. So if you're watching a
Yeah.
live stream with your children in tow, you're obviously the cool parent, number one.
Yeah.
But number two, this isn't the show to be watching. So
the fact
Right.
that they trust me to provide content for their kids, that's a big mistake.
Yeah.
From the jump.
This hour,
Disclaimer ahead of the show.
I ain't no
tank
Fred
engines were-
Rogers.
Christian's doing a midnight show. This is going to be great.
I don't give a fuck about your neighborhood.
No tank engines
Sorry.
were taken advantage of in the making of this
No
podcast.
tank engines
Yeah,
were harmed.
exactly. Although Thomas Rails does sound like some erotic fan fiction. Let's just say.
Percy was harmed. Okay, so now we got character references. All right, there we go. But yeah, guys.
This is going to be a really interesting show if you're not into Thomas
Thomas
Rails.
Rails Percy. Yes.
Hope you didn't come here looking for this.
So for a little bit of context for the regular Aballo listeners,
Yes.
I do children's music. For a very brief period of time, I wrote some songs for Mattel. I wrote some songs for Thomas the Tank Engine. And I continued that trend of putting out a song every once in a while. And that's really where the base of fans that people are watching from Arcade have come from. They know me for those songs. But now
Correct.
they're going to know from because I'm going to branch more into filmmaking and showcase a lot more of like comedy writing. The songs, kids' songs in particular, are going to take a back burner. However, I am going to be releasing an album of kids' songs called The Monster Stomps Fresh Off the School Bus.
Yeah.
Release date to be determined. So I'm still staying in the kids' music game. I'm still going to do it. But you're going to see some shift on this channel that's going to be interesting if you're a longtime viewer.
And you've chosen this show to break the cycle.
Pretty much. I'm
I'm
already
gonna tell you
screwed
about
with
it.
copyright.
Excellent choice.
Yeah.
Hello, John. Is that Jonathan? Am I
Yeah,
reading that right?
Jonathan.
I'm like, I can't. I'm feeling my age. I'm like,
I'll keep an eye on the comments.
what is
Yeah,
that
I'll
say?
be your comment monitor.
call out. Yeah, somebody just be like, so and so says hi. So and so says GTFO. Like, I mean, whatever. Like,
Jonathan's
How you doing, Jonathan?
He's a supporter of Arcade.
right on.
He always,
well, thanks, man. Thanks for tuning in.
yes.
Thanks for giving Cape a shot.
Can't believe people are awake and watching this right now.
So,
It's
listen,
awesome.
I know. We're happy people are tuning in. I've been joking throughout since this was announced on a Tuesday and saying like, oh, well, nobody's going to tune in because it's a Friday night, summertime. Everybody's going to be out.
Everybody
Obviously-
celebrate my birthday. I get it.
I mean,
Yeah, of course.
not even out. Like I'm doing the show now, but if I wasn't, I wouldn't be up watching.
Oh God, no. You would have been asleep 3
I would have
hours
been
ago.
3 hours ago. I would have been dead.
Yeah, that would have been. This would have been nothing.
I'm gonna be like, oh, Chris Aballo podcast experience.
Oh my God,
Good
you
night.
too.
Yeah. Nope.
Nope, I'm good.
So close. 75% of the way there.
We almost got him.
Yeah, it's 2 episodes ago all over again. John Beecroft, everybody. Anyway, you okay over there?
I'm good. That whole episode.
What a night! What a night! Not to be self-referential. Sorry, everybody. If you didn't,
I love that how you edited it too.
Didn't you?
Because like he just disappears.
he's just out of the frame
for
entirely.
40 minutes.
Because he was just asleep. He just, if you didn't, so Cape 175. The shows are numbered, so they're easy to follow. So 2 weeks ago, we did a crossover episode with the
these results.
what the fuck? Who found results? What'd you find results for?
You got this fancy new phone, and now it's doing shit.
I know.
Get to do.
175 shows are numbered Southern. I have no idea what Google's doing. I think I just leaned on this phone, or it heard something. It did.
Uh-oh.
I have no idea. Yeah, there's no.
Nope, we're live, pal.
That's where we're at. Yeah, it's not going to get
listening.
Sorry, everybody.
Shaking the cobwebs off
Big Bretta.
since last week.
But yeah, like what you were just at this, literally in this room days ago. But anyway, so what happened was these guys. The show is comics, cartoons, and craft beers. Very funny show, great guys, Joe and John. But we did a crossover episode. I was on their show. If you want to check out me, if you're interested in my particular nonsense and you enjoyed this tonight, check out episode 34 of their show because I was a guest. And then they were on Cape 175 immediately right after. We were here for a solid 4 hours of nonsense, and Christian had to suffer through it all. But anyway, so John basically gets drunk. I mean, they were drinking during the first show anyway, and Joe had a pretty good buzz going.
Yeah,
But John, like 30 to 40 minutes into my show, just nods off. He just fell asleep, and we just didn't acknowledge it.
Wow.
And Christian's like,
it was so funny though. Like I have to be concerned because it's the business.
You're on the clock.
But,
You're
but
like, oh
also,
God.
but like it's also like humanity. Like the dude was like this 1 minute and
And just like sitting up.
He was.
exactly
Yeah.
just sitting. I really thought he was gonna keel
At
over,
least he tried.
Yeah,
but he didn't. He took it like a champ. He kind of came back for the end
did.
of the show,
and you know what? I'll tell you, he did send me a very apologetic message.
he did to
The
me
next
too.
day,
and
did he? Because he
yeah.
offered to like pay me for the session, the studio session. I was like, dude, don't worry about it. It's fine.
Yeah.
It's like if you do it again,
I'm not going to double it.
you're gonna be hung out to dry.
Yeah.
But like, I was willing to work around you this time.
Yeah.
Because
Everybody gets one.
We
That's
have
it.
a request
Did he wake
from
up
the
on his own?
comments. Thomas Rose wants us to read the B movie script from page to page, dude. No,
Yeah, no.
hell no.
That's not happening tonight.
what's the deal with honey? There you go.
Wait,
That's part of
but-
it. There's
oh,
got to be a line.
But
in that movie,
every
right?
time it says B, you have to drink. Ooh,
Or speaking of drinking, Jack, you want to get going
Yeah,
on
let's
this
crack
6-pack
some
of
of these
yours?
What are we
Yeah.
doing here?
it's midnight. It's past midnight, so
It
it
is.
is your birthday.
Well, no, actually, 23rd
Well, my
was his
birthday's over.
birthday's over.
Oh,
but
now your birthday's over.
his first
Countdown
first day
to
of
37 begins now.
That's right.
Who else wants
I'm
one?
37.
Yes.
Yes.
Who else would
Jack's the last one.
like to partake in the...
Nobody. Those are all yours.
Oh, right. We're good.
You're drinking
I
all
was just
6
trying to be
during the
courteous.
course of this show.
So did your homeboy wake up by himself, or did someone have to wake him up?
At one point, he just stood up like somebody powered him on, like a robot. He just went and walked around
And impressive.
and was heading to the bathroom. And Christian was just like, I'm going to follow him. I mean, I had to cut around all of this, but he's like, I'm going to follow him, make sure he's okay.
Because I
3 times he got up. Yeah.
Because he went to he did go to the bathroom. It's not like I followed him into the fucking bathroom.
Did he
I
yak?
You didn't
Find
stand
him
in the
like
stall.
I
with
just
him.
wanted to
stall.
make sure that at least he went into the right space. Because when we say this dude was obliterated,
He was.
He was.
He
You mean just
left
now?
from
He was-
right,
he was
right from
well
left.
embarrassed about it too the next day. It was
So-
very, very funny.
So we're just making sure because the bathrooms in this building at Bellworks, especially where we're recording, they branch off in a weird way. Like the men's room has a door, the ladies' room doesn't. So we were just like,
I'm listening.
That sounds like a lawsuit waiting to happen.
they have like a corridor that like hides it, but like we have a door. So
But
I was
there's no
just
actual door.
I just wanted to make sure that he didn't just
Wander
into the ladies' corridor.
I mean, to be fair, at
And there
that
probably would have
hour,
been nobody here.
Yeah, it's like
Yeah.
1 in the morning.
Yeah.
You know,
I mean, at this point, right now, aside from the janitorial staff at Bellworks, we're the only people in the building.
Oh, yeah.
So
Yeah.
at that point, it
Unless
was
there's
after
some-
1 in the morning.
Unless there's a poor schmuck somewhere doing a midnight shift.
Can you imagine there's one
Recording a
dude working?
podcast.
He's just like, son of a. Oh, I was even thinking about doing a podcast. I'm like, some dude's
Yeah.
typing.
I'm going to make my Monday morning easier. No sons of bitches.
He's doing data entry in another office. Like, this sucks. I should be out watching, doing something. I could be watching Cape Live right now.
I'm
Oh,
sure
wait,
that's
I
exactly what he's thinking.
Yeah, he's doing accounting at some ungodly hour.
Yeah.
By the way, so if you have followed the show and any of the promotions, you might notice a certain lack of Andrew Rizzatello, who woke up with what we assume is the Delta variant. We don't know for sure, but he woke up deadly sick. So
That was last week's variant. They're on to like Gamma or something.
Are we really?
Or, something else.
I
now
mean,
that-
probably.
Gamma,
Yeah.
Beta,
Armageddon
Alpha,
variant, something like that.
Omega.
What's up, Chris Cullen? Thanks for
What
tuning
up,
in, Chris
Cullen?
Cullen. Glad you also have nothing going on today.
Streamline Thomas wants
Thanks.
me to rank my favorite
What's
Lego
up,
movie.
Goose?
No.
What's-
So
There's only 4. I mean, how long could it take?
The Lego movie, and that's all I got.
honestly,
all I got.
in the order that they've been released.
Is that right?
Okay. With Lego Movie 2 somewhere right after Batman.
Yeah.
That's it.
Really?
That's
Oh
Interesting.
shit! I forgot the Lego Batman movie. That movie's hilarious.
Lego Batman
Yeah,
was
Lego
the best
Batman.
one
That's
by
the-
far.
That's the
definitely
only
for me.
one I wanted a sequel for, and they didn't fucking do it.
I know. They said they took 6 years to make a second Lego movie and nobody saw it. It's kind of weird.
No one gives
Yeah,
a
I
shit.
didn't even watch
well,
it.
at that point, they beat Lego into the ground. So
The Lego Movie
Like, you
2
didn't-
should have been the second movie.
you would think.
But
Yeah.
no, Lego Batman.
And then
needed
they
the
do
spin-off, but it was so
Ninjago,
good.
as if
Who the
people are
fuck-
going to go out to
like,
see that.
Yeah, no.
That should have been a direct-to-DVD.
Dude,
Right.
I had a whole thing. So today was kind of a big day because I announced the completion of the
and I'm
so
going to
far-
drink to that.
Thank you. The
Yes.
definitive version of my screenplay that I've been working on for the last 9 months, semi-secretly. Not really. A handful of people have known.
You're a
But,
writer.
I am a writer.
You've told people. Of course you have.
Well, I have.
we have to
Well, I
feel
told
the ego
you.
some
I
way.
haven't gone on the. I've said I'm working on a few things, but this screenplay, like the story, is basically written. I will continue polishing it.
Is it the one that you? Is it the
It's
one
the
I'm
one
thinking of?
It's the one I definitely told you the most about,
Yes.
for sure. Okay.
This is a good one, people.
So I will continue to polish it. Obviously, it's not done. This isn't the final like shooting draft or anything. I will continue to work on it. But anyway, I had a much longer description in my post about it. I post on Instagram, and part of it was about, I learned a lot during my years in Los Angeles, my recent 6 years living there, and it's surprising that anything gets made at all, which is the truth. And
Yeah.
so when you see stuff like the Lego movie, you would think, oh, there's a sleeper hit, like that movie made huge money, and they're like, we're gonna get you a sequel in 6
On
years.
a minuscule
Like,
budget, by the way.
why?
Like they only spent like
Right.
$50 million on that movie, which I know
Yeah.
sounds crazy when I say minuscule, $50 million.
But in
but considering-
$2014, that
But in
wasn't a whole lot.
Yeah, it was a
$20, and
Yeah.
then also considering that Pixar movies naturally are budgeted at like $250 million.
Yeah.
Lego movie was nothing because they didn't have faith in it. Like Warner
It
knew
opened
was
in
gonna
February.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
Warner knew they were making a giant commercial, but
Yes.
what they did differently was they bought on Phil Lord and Chris Miller, who made a commercial with heart.
This is
Basically.
true.
But
And then they saw that and said, we need to do a Space Jam sequel. It didn't quite work out the same way, but
Right, yeah, you just told me tonight that it took them 8 years to make Space Jam 2.
it took more than 8
It's
years.
25
years, yeah.
It was developed
You said it was
for a long
pre-production.
time.
So
Yeah.
did
It was, yeah.
But do you know what
Years
it was originally going to be?
No.
It was
No.
it was going to be either Spy Jams with Jackie Chan. It was going
Oh.
to be Race Jams with Jeff Gordon. Golf Jam
Oh.
with I'm not making any of this up, by the way.
So it was
Golf
gonna
Jam
be-
with Tiger Woods.
So
Oh my God.
And
They're
then
banging hookers.
So one or the
Yeah,
other,
right?
or like all of them.
basically, like,
A lot of porn
Jam,
stars.
Jam was supposed to be like they would
Hey,
go
Tiger,
through the
where are we
different
going
things.
tonight?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Honestly, though,
Yep.
like in a
Here
weird.
comes Elon with the golf club. Yep.
but here's the thing, though, in a weird.
She goes,
Ah,
duck
there goes-
season, wabbit season,
Yeah.
duck season, wabbit season.
Tiger
Divorce
season, bitch.
fire. But no, like
Here goes your windshield, Doc.
I would pay good money to see that.
I think we need to do it. Even if it's hand drawn, if it's stick figures, I think we need to animate
my
this.
God.
Animate her
we
like
just
Yosemite.
told.
Ooh, I hate that tiger.
Ooh, I hate that tiger. I'm sick of the kids and I'm getting out of here.
To be fair, though, I wouldn't be mad if they did it like that. But if they knew how stupid of an idea that it was, because Looney Tunes have always been great comedy,
Yes.
and ideas for these stupid sports
But
movies.
golf is fucking boring.
exactly.
Mhm.
But with Looney
My-
Tunes,
I have a story about golf. My entire life, my aunt and uncle, they're big golfers. Every time we go to their house, from the time I've been an infant to 35 and a half years old, golf is on. And everybody's like, please, please.
How do they not nod off?
I don't know, but
I
it's
really
just-
don't
it's like
understand.
honest
How do you sit and
background
watch
noise?
it?
But it's like
I
the
forgot
only
the
thing
other
on.
one.
I'm like, how do you guys watch this all the time?
I will say, I thought
don't know.
Race Jam could have gone in a lot of directions when you mentioned that. I'm like,
So-
Jeff Gordon.
so
Well, does it take place in the South? Because that could get really interesting.
Yep.
yeah, they scrapped that idea and went with Herbie Fully Loaded instead. Yeah, so no.
Oh.
I'd call that a wash.
But
What was the other idea?
the other one that I'd forgotten, and this was honestly the one that like little 10-year-old Christian would have loved to have seen, Skate Jam with Tony Hawk.
I could buy that. I'd buy that.
I would have liked that because
I
I
was all
think
about
that,
Tony Hawk when
I
it came
think-
out on PlayStation. Oh, man.
exactly.
Yeah.
I think that
At
those
the time, I would
I
have watched
think-
the shit out of that.
Yeah.
I think Jam
2005,
movies,
that
Yeah.
would have been. Yeah.
Yeah.
that
I
could
think
happen.
those Jam movies
Soundtrack by
could
Blink
work.
182.
Yeah.
100%.
Oh, yeah.
Oh
Yeah,
my
the
god!
soundtrack was killer. It was like all the shit I was
Can you
into.
imagine
Yeah.
Blink 182's
The most
cover
famous.
of like the Looney Tunes merry-go-round? Now I want to hear that. Now.
Sign me up.
Serious Matters, get on that.
Yeah, right? Which
Sign
at the next
me.
live show, we better see you guys. They got 2 shows in August. They better do the Looney Tunes theme.
Oh, that'd be Chris, please.
Those dudes,
It'd be the
they're
best.
they're
birthday
clearly up
present
for
ever.
goofiness based on
based on that
this
video,
live show's
yeah.
promo. Which
Oh, man.
there's
Dude, I had that song in my head for days.
Living After Midnight.
Yeah.
Okay.
Your version.
There is. Thank you. Now, all right. There's a story, and if you missed the promo that I'm about to tell you about, that was the announcement of this live show that went out Tuesday. If you go to my Instagram, Chris Sells Out, or Kate Pod on Instagram, you could see the video because I want to do something to announce the live stream, and I didn't want to do it too far out because people forget there's a lot going on. It's a Friday night, and I was just like, whatever. Let me wait till it's closer to the actual date
Mhm.
to let people know, like, hey, if you're not doing anything Friday, join us. So
If you don't have a life, join us.
yeah, pretty much. It's like if you're home on a Friday night or you're looking at your cell phone somewhere cool, like we all do every weekend,
Inexplicably awake.
then awesome.
Yeah.
This hour.
So I'd reached out to the guys because I don't want to say the initial idea because we'll end up using it, but I had an idea for a promo photo I wanted to do for the midnight live stream because that was the whole thing. So I reached out to Jack because Jack had volunteered his place to do this photo.
His bed.
And I said, oh, well, all right, let's not give too much away. Let's just
You're gonna tell the story.
You better follow. I'm not telling the whole story because we might do that photo in the future. But anyway, so I said, is everybody free Monday night? Get together to do this photo. I don't plan for it to be long, but you know how we do. And
Let's go do an hour
So we-
podcast 3 hours later.
yeah. See, he knows. And he's new.
He
But
knows.
anyway, so Jack said, I don't know. He's like, I'm going to have to get back to you about Monday. Now, in Jack speak, that means no, but it's a delayed no. It means he's
Pretty
not
much.
going to say no. He's going to let me linger for 2 days, hoping this comes together.
Is this the more polite no? Would
Yes.
you prefer that or an
I would
actual
rather him
no?
say I can't do it. Like if he just said no, then it would
I
have
know.
been.
I literally was trying to figure out if I could do it or not.
But
I
how?
had to-
All right, it's Thursday. How do you not know if you have something going on a Monday night?
at that time, I didn't know.
You have to know though. Like how? What's
I
going to
don't
come
know.
up? Like he's
I
not.
don't know things.
You're not an ER doctor though,
Things.
so nothing's coming about where it's like I
Things
might have to
happen.
work.
Things happen. I don't know.
Things did happen. That would have been fine. But like, do you have plans Monday night? I don't know. Okay, then you don't have plans. Anyway, all of that to say, I knew Jack was politely saying no. So I said, okay, let me come up with something else. So I had this idea that I said, okay, well, maybe like I was batting around a few ideas in my head. And the idea came like, well, let me do, I mentioned to Christian about doing a version. I was like, you put together like a drum and bass track for Living After Midnight by Judas Priest. And I said, I will get an outfit and I will dress up like a cartoon character, heavy metal frontman.
And I felt bad because you had asked me in passing, and I could have done it with a lot more time.
I get it, and that's fine.
Because that weekend I had done the Smod Castle boards. I was working here. Like, he literally texted me when I was on my way to the Smod Castle.
I know it's short notice.
Shit.
Can you do this by Monday? And he was like, I'll listen to it, but I don't know if I can do it. Like, that might be a lot. And I got it because dude's got a couple of jobs. No, it's fine because obviously it ended up working out. But that's why I was like,
I told you, like, Jack. Unlike,
yeah, exactly. You're like, I will try, but I'm not sure I could get this done. But that's fine.
I own it.
You know what it's like having to come up with something and try to collaborate
on the fly.
On a project and just be like, listen, are you free? Because if not, I got to pivot and figure something else out. Like, you know what that's.
So here's how we
do I
got to this because nobody could do shit for him.
Well, that's it. So I'm like, all right, what am I going to do? So I said, all right, I'll do Living After Midnight, and I'll do it as like a heavy metal cartoon character. This will be fun. So I reached out to Chris Madd, aka Engineer Chris Jr., for those of you who follow the show, and his band Serious Matters. And I said, is there any chance you guys have a rehearsal Monday or Tuesday and I can hijack you guys for like 15, 20 minutes to shoot something? And he was like, we usually rehearse on Mondays. I was like, okay, awesome. So I actually recorded a voice memo and sent it to him because I said, I'm not gonna be able to type all this out. I described the whole thing. So basically you guys would mime to it. I have a track for Living After Midnight. You guys have to mime to it because it'll be eye-catching. That'll be the first eye-catching thing is if there's a live band. When people see a video, they're like, oh, what's this? It's a live band. Is Chris starting a new band? Because I put out a bunch of like vague photos the day before releasing this teaser.
Remind me to tell you a really funny thing about this ad when it's over.
Okay, no, that's cool because I got a lot of feedback, so I would love to hear what you have to say. So, wow. Okay, now I really want to know.
It's ridiculous.
It really is ridiculous, and this is obviously going to be a video clip, so I will be splicing in segments as I'm telling the story. So, follow Chris Aballo's podcast experiment on YouTube as well. Just
please do, guys. This is a great show.
This is there you go. There's 2 to 3 video clips a week, so well worth your time. And then if you like what you hear, you can go check out the audio version, the podcast version of the show.
I'll put a link in the comments.
Attaboy. So anyway, Chris said, I'm going to talk to the guys and let you know. And this is Friday. Now I'm on Amazon searching for costumes. I'm like, I got to put something together. Can stuff get here by like latest Monday? Because if we're going to shoot this thing on Monday, then all right, let me see if I can make this happen. So I found basically a leather daddy outfit. I said, this costume, not a real one. It's costume, faux leather. I said, okay, that's Rob Halford-ish. So that'll be good. And then I was looking at leather vests because I thought, well, Rob Halford be shirtless and everything. And look, I've dropped almost 30 pounds since the beginning of the year, so I would appear on camera shirtless at this point. Then I said, am I going to sink that much money into this stupid promo that I'm actually going to buy a leather vest? That would be maybe a bridge too far. That seems like a lot. So I said, what would be really silly? Oh, I know, a t-shirt with like abs and like muscles and everything just look really ridiculous because the costume kit I got had tattoo sleeves that you just slip on costume.
Yeah, so that's where my question started because you had put up like an Instagram story where it was like just your arm and like the lower half of your body.
Sorry.
It's okay.
Oof. Oh man, it's live, everybody.
It's live. Anything can happen.
It really can. I am so sorry,
including losing the feed.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, exactly. Like, oh, and we're off the air.
Were we good?
I'm sorry. We put it in rice. It'll be fine.
Does anybody have rice?
Anybody have rice? Somewhere.
Somebody go out to
Get
the
some
hallway.
goddamn rice.
Something's got to be
Somebody
open.
yell down the hallway.
Where can we find rice? Christian's yelling to the hall to nobody. There's nobody in this building except. Yeah, there's one security guard who's like, I think someone's being attacked. Someone just yelled for some ice. I think there's an injury.
This whole big ass building. Nobody's got any rice.
Nobody's got any rice.
Yeah, it's 5 floors. Okay, anyway.
We have Jersey freeze. Son of a bitch, that's not helping.
I don't have any rice.
But I'll take one if you have it.
But also, I'd like a strawberry shake. So anyway, dude, I apologize. We need like a beverage table on the side so that doesn't happen. Anyway, so I said, let me get this t-shirt with like the muscles on it and everything, and I will wear that, and this will look ridiculous. And yeah, lo and behold, the night the costume arrived on Sunday, I put this outfit on entirely because I said, I need to see how this looks. And there's a full body mirror in my bathroom on the back of the bathroom door. So I said, I'm going to put this whole outfit on and see how I look in just one shot. And wow.
Yeah.
I literally couldn't stand up because I was laughing so hard at how ridiculous this looked, which was the point. was absolutely the point. Clearly, if I sincerely meant it, you'd be like, okay,
you wouldn't
lock him
know
up.
at first, because I see this picture up and it's just like your torso and your arm, which is all tattooed, and I'm like, all right, so option
I
one
thought it was
is
an Instagram filter.
Yeah, I was like, Chris is a teenage girl and he's playing around with Instagram filters again, or
because there was like a tattoo thing.
He somehow got a full sleeve of tattoos done in the last couple of days.
Yeah, because I'd seen you on Wednesday, and then Sunday I'm posting a picture of me with the tattoo sleeve. Just my
and I was like, his arms are super hairy, so like, did they shave his arms and do these tattoos?
Yeah, because and I'll tell you how committed I was to the tease and to the misdirection. There was actually, because it was a costume sleeve, so it kind of buckled right here in the arm, and actually to Photoshop that out, like airbrush it out, so you couldn't tell,
right? And that's
because
why I
it would have.
Yeah,
if you look closely, you'd be like, I think that can't be real, right? That's got to be a costume.
This is a really good.
But
Instagram
I airbrushed it out,
or...
and it looked like I had a whole tattoo sleeve, which would have taken everybody by surprise because I have no tattoos,
right?
And no intention of getting them. I mean, everything's on the table. Clearly, but at this point, including water that I just spilled,
losing his mind.
But yeah, like, and I actually said,
"Oh, I got a sleeve,"
and I captioned on the photo. I put up in text, "Don't call it a midlife crisis," because I wanted people to think I got tattooed. Anyway, so the weekend goes by. I'm going back and forth with Chris Mad about like trying to figure out getting the band together and everything. And as of Sunday night, early Monday morning, when I went to bed, I didn't have an answer from him. So I actually woke up Monday like, okay, I have to do this today. I'm just going to go to the store, buy a black curtain. I'll hang it somewhere in the apartment, and I will just pop into frame from the bottom. I will spring up and sing this song, sing along to Living After Midnight by Judas Priest, which I changed the words to, obviously, to suit the live stream. And I get a text from Chris at 3:30. We're good for 6 o'clock. Now I'm an hour away from where they are. I'm an hour away from where they rehearse in Red Bank. And I was like, I'm gonna get my shit together and I'm going to Red Bank. I mean, I had like a scratch track, a rough track that I sent him that I said like, well, it's just going to be a portion of the track. We're not performing the full like 4-minute song. It's just 30 seconds. So you guys don't really need to learn the song. You just need to mime along. Like, I don't care if you're actually moving your hands in correspondence with the chords or anything. It doesn't really matter.
Sure, shit fooled me. I thought it was live.
I know. Yeah.
Me too. Yeah. I would never.
It's like, damn, they're
that
good.
was the idea.
Yeah.
I'm sure they are.
They are, but that was all me.
Yeah.
I mean, I ended up layering it and re-recording it when I got home that night. I was up most of Monday night working on the track.
That's the first one down.
So, all right, that a boy, Jack.
Wow. Now we're rolling.
Yeah, he's 1/6 of the way there, everybody. So, anyway, but I woke up Monday saying, like, I guess I'm just going to shoot this on my own. It's not going to be what I wanted. Like, we didn't get the photo I wanted, and now the video is not going to be what I wanted. But I'll get to look like a clown, and I'm okay with that. So, lo and behold, he says we'll be ready at 6. I'm like, okay, great. Now, I knew I was going to be stuck in commuter traffic, so I said, I don't get there at 6. Please do whatever it is you guys do, and then whenever you have time for me, we'll do this. And let me just say, I cannot thank the boys in Serious Matters enough for not living up to their name, because, as a matter of fact, I christened their alter egos Silly Nonsense, because I showed up and I was dressed regular. Well, this is how I regularly dress: jeans and a t-shirt. And I just showed up and went in the rehearsal room. I was like, hey guys, so here's what I want to do. Like, are you guys up for it? Kenny, the other guitar player aside from Chris, I said, like, can you shoot it? Cause like height wise, you're similar enough in height to me. So I was like, you'll be able to get everything in frame comfortably without having to like hold it above your head, hold my phone above your head. And the guys just played the track on a loop and did a couple of goofy things. And we did it 3 times through. And on the third take, they were so goofy and funny that I'm literally standing out of frame, just laughing to the point where I had to pull it together to make sure I got this on the third take. And I was just miming. I wasn't actually singing aloud because I knew how the song was going to go. And I literally am just like doing this, like sort of covering my mouth outside the frame because I'm laughing so hard at these guys because they were being so goofy. And like Chris's hat falls off like 2 notes in, and like he has a hat and it lands on the hi-hat and bounces off, which was just funny to me, hat and hi-hat, because exactly, because I'm an idiot. So I'm watching them and I'm cracking up because they're just hamming it up like crazy. And these dudes are way technically proficient, so they didn't know Living After Midnight, but they did an amazing job miming along to it. And I just pop into frame and sing. And again, it's dressed as cartoon character. And I just sing through the lyrics and then just pull down the shades, wink at the camera, and then cut. And that was it. And it came together kind of spontaneously, and those dudes had fun. They were like, we could do this all night. I'm like, oh, I will make you do it all night, but you guys
don't give me the opportunity.
Yeah, exactly.
Don't say that if you don't mean it.
You know from experience. Like, no, he'll be here all night. He'll keep you. He'll eat up your whole time because they were in the middle of writing a song, no less. Like they had like this.
They were busy.
Instrumental. They were actually. They weren't full on rehearsing. They were having a writing session. They booked in like 2 hours to write, and I said, I don't want to interrupt you guys and take your time up and everything like that. I appreciate you guys making time for this, but like they had a blast and they were just up for it. And I'm insanely grateful to those guys. So thank you once again to Serious Matters for being down to be this ridiculous, to join in the ridiculousness of Chris Aballo's podcast experiment.
Saved the day.
They really did. And that's a memorable video. That will follow me for the rest of my life, that fucking video.
Oh, you bet it will. You bet it will.
God.
So what did you want to say about it?
So the way that I have my laptop at home configured is that I have it connected to 2 studio monitors. So when I'm working on music, I could hear it properly. So your ad popped up when I was just scrolling through Facebook. Now, mind you, my mom loves rock and roll. So the minute she heard that song,
good woman,
I could, because she was leaving her room. So she was in a good mood. So when my mom's in a good mood, she'll like try and make me laugh. So she started like headbanging on the stairwell. And then she was expecting the normal vocal to come in. And I've never seen a woman so visibly disgusted because she heard the song. She didn't see you.
No, the music's legit. I made sure that track was great. The singing was awful.
The track was awesome. So like mom's headbanging. I'm watching this ad, and I'm like. And then you start singing, and my mom's like, "What the fuck is this shitty cover?"
Ew.
Yeah,
I did well, and I made it, and because you've heard enough stuff. Like I just drenched it in reverb, and it was like a guy who can't sing metal trying to sound like my thing was like bad cover band singer trying to sound tough, even though he's not, and sing heavy metal. So it put a little Hetfield growl.
Best part.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, it's okay.
I thought that was it.
No,
your mom's utter disappointment.
My brother then, right after all this went down and I'm laughing my ass off, my brother peeks out because his room is right next to me because I guess he had heard the song, and he goes, "Did a fucking cat die or something?"
And that was the point.
Oh my God. Just so perfectly timed too. Like I'm laughing. I think I'm done laughing from just my mom's reaction to the video, and then my brother's like, "Did a fucking cat die?"
But were you, since I kind of told you about the idea, like, were you expecting that visual at all, or
no,
were you like,
not even a little? So I was laughing at it the first time watching it, but then also looking at my mom's reaction. So I'm laughing at the video, like, "What the fuck, Chris?" And then I just see my mom's face of disgust kill me. Oh my God.
That's crazy.
I got a text.
So you made an impression.
I did. I got a text from Ryan like 2 minutes later. He just said, "You are a ridiculous person." That was it. It was like you're
just
ridiculous.
fully
like,
absurd.
Yeah, you were. Yeah, that's it. You were truly an absurd person.
Yes.
I mean, you have to be a certain level of crazy to podcast. I've come to realize.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
And to do something that's silly too, and that was the point. And that's why I was just like, bad vocals. I'm going to be dressed again like cartoonish.
But it's
the whole point.
It's not a surprise at all. Like
Yeah.
we're
It's
fake
within the
acting
brand.
surprised. Like,
Yeah.
oh, Chris is so ridiculous. Like we don't know.
This is true.
When was the last time you guys were surprised?
That took you a little bit by surprise. Be honest.
It took me a little bit.
Holy
So
shit.
I
This
didn't
is
know
what he came up with.
I didn't know what to expect. So in this particular case, so I guess in that way I was surprised, but not surprised that he was just simply doing something ridiculous because
That in and of itself
he's
is
an
not
insane man.
Isn't novel.
So
Yeah.
story time,
Okay.
and this is so gather around. Everybody got your jammies on, some cookies and milk.
Yeah, sure.
So last week,
Can I leave the night light on, please?
yeah, whatever you need to do.
Daddy's got his medicine, so sure.
So
go
last
ahead.
week, Chris and I go out to dinner, right? And then the next morning, I wake up to an email from Venmo. Chris Aballo paid you $30, and I'm like, ooh, okay. So I was like, wait a minute, we paid our own way for dinner. Is he just paying me for hanging out with him? Like, did he feel bad that I had to sit there and listen to him flap his gums for 3.5 hours?
Shit,
Like,
that's the case.
so I'm like, okay, either way, Christmas in July, right? We were talking about that.
Yeah.
So, but then I see the text message, and he's like, hey, can I get that back? It was obviously a mistake. And I just kind of feel like Thor in that Ragnarok meme. You know the one. And I'm like, was it though?
Yeah.
Because this was not the first time this has happened.
Oh, really?
I don't know if you recall.
I don't.
Do you remember that time that you accidentally sent me your rent money on Venmo and you were like, hey, can I get that back? And I was like, I don't know. It's kind of a lot of money.
Okay.
I got these student loans and I have a mortgage and
diapers cost a fuck ton of money.
yeah, it's like you're one of those people that like doesn't.
How does this happen?
Yeah, I know.
Well,
You're
first
like,
of all,
you
new
don't like-
phone. That's my first line of defense.
well,
But new phone,
Yeah.
it doesn't mean the Venmo send button got changed to
No,
over
yeah,
here
it's
now.
it's like you're one of those people that doesn't spell check before you hit send. Only worse because instead of typos, you're just
Wait,
like,
Ryan doesn't have my rent.
oh,
No,
yeah,
no,
let
I meant
me get that back.
But,
Sorry,
but
my bad.
tapping your most common, like you're used to someone being in a certain place. So I was like, all right, let me send this. And stupid me, just being so quick to send it, just didn't realize it. And I was like, ooh, yeah, sorry. Would you mind sending that balance back? I mean, the $30 is not my rent.
Well,
Let's put it that way.
you better hope. Well, the first time it was a hell of a lot.
Yeah, exactly. It's like,
You better-
would you mind sending?
You do that shit again, I'm going to pretend I don't know you and cash out.
Yeah, exactly.
Prank caller.
We're trying
Ryan's not
to
on
reach you
Venmo
in regards
anymore.
of your
I was
car's
like, why does
extended
Chris
warranty.
keep? Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Why does he keep
Why is
accidentally
Chris keep
sending me
paying
money
me?
and just expecting me to send it back?
Yeah.
Like,
You're what they call a sugar child.
yeah. So don't do it again because
I
I'm
mean,
keeping it next
it was,
time.
It was my money. So thank you for giving it back. Yeah.
You're the only person that's ever done that.
That's his,
Probably
that's his,
twice, no less.
Twice.
That's
Yeah.
his kink. He'll send you money.
So
and
he's
then you
never
send
sent
it
either
back.
of you money accidentally?
No,
No.
not yet.
I mean,
I'm
yeah,
sorry,
no,
I wasn't supposed to do that.
Well, now word's out, so clearly I can't do it. Like now I got
Chris
to double check
Aballo
my
sends
shit.
you money on Venmo. Don't send it back.
Yeah.
Make him learn a lesson
it's free money.
because I'm soft and I sent him the money back both times.
Oh,
You know.
that's your own fault.
But next time,
Next time.
You'll
time.
probably send it back.
Yeah.
Well, you
Yeah,
can.
next time you'll send it back.
Yeah, you
too,
better
if
hope
it
it's not
happens
your
again.
rent money.
Oh my god, better not be.
$30. I mean,
If-
maybe
if it's
yeah,
$30,
you'll live
then-
with it.
Yeah,
All right,
I
I
will be
fucked up. You keep the $30.
All right,
this
fine.
time.
like Ryan paid for dinner that night. We did the live stream, so okay,
Yeah.
we'll be fine. Okay, security's legit wandering around back and forth. They're
Oh
probably
my-
like, "Who needed rice?" Go see if they have a bag of rice.
Oh,
It was like I heard someone yelling in this. I heard a ruckus. He's gonna bust in like a
Because
principal in Breakfast
to
Club.
be
Well, it took
fair,
you long
I
enough.
didn't
Yeah.
realize I did that after.
It's dead.
It's after midnight in
It's
an
super
empty
late.
building.
Yes,
That reverbs like a motherfucker.
It does.
So I would not be surprised if they heard that clear as day at the
I mean,
security.
if you want to
desk.
go
We're
let
in
him
like
know,
a cave system.
I
and it echoed
apologize.
finally.
Yeah.
It was a joke that got out of control.
Oh no, I
Okay.
don't give a fuck that. I don't care that much.
Right.
We need rice.
Hey, Red-A-Cop, come get on mic, and we'll tell you what happened.
Yeah, we don't
Um,
actually need rice.
Yeah.
Yeah, we don't. It was funny though.
Thanks for trying.
Let's put it that way. But
Oy.
anyway, yeah,
Yeah.
It was a funny one.
it was.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Yeah, and came together in it was better than I'd hoped, honestly. My original thought about like maybe if I did live it after midnight, and it was fun.
I gotta tell you, you probably did a better job than I would have given you as a track because
Yeah.
I do all MIDI. So like, even though my stuff sounds pretty good,
Mhm.
there are some occasions where you could tell, oh yeah, that's MIDI.
I got
So like,
Well, I was dead. I mean, the vocal wasn't serious at all, but the guitars, I was.
You
You,
wanted
you
the
have no
music.
idea how badly I worked on that guitar. Like the track's got to be great. It's got to be really, really solid, and it was. Like I got to make it sound just super metal, not like super generic, but still, it's like it's got to sound like a legit guitar track. Like I really worked away on that. But the vocal, I was just in my closet screaming.
do you have another one of these Liquid Deaths? Sorry.
another one?
That's it. I only got
here, you
4.
take
No.
But-
Oh, I forget. We have a sponsor of water for a shared universe, so we have literally like 4 cases of 20
Yeah, go fetch some water because you're over there.
I'll
Would you,
be-
Ryan? Thank you. No, he'll make him do some work. All right. He's got, and then
You want
send-
beer instead?
and you send him $30.
There's water in it.
There's water in it. Oh man, that's fucking
What's
funny.
going on with your tacos? So I brought Christian
What
literally
number are we
a-
on now?
a fiesta pack of tacos. They didn't have any more boxes because it's Friday night and the stoners were out earlier, I guess.
Yeah.
And getting a lot of fiesta packs. But Christian was like, "Can you get me oddly specific? Can you get me 7 crunchy tacos?" I'm not sure
That's-
why 7.
I don't know.
I was like,
Lucky number?
because he offered to Venmo me
Because
the money for it, and I was like, "No, you're working for us tonight. Like, I
Yeah.
will get you the tacos."
Yeah,
It's
we
no
were
big
a little
deal.
confused by the number
I
7.
was like, did he
We're
check
like,
his? Did he
did
check
he
his
figure out
budget?
like the perfect amount of tacos?
Yeah.
Like, and this
No,
is like,
that's
this
I
is
got
exactly,
$10.
that's actually kind of it. Like
this is
for
exactly
me,
what I can stomach.
It'd be like my job. No, they only come in packs of 10. You can't break up the pack of 7. I'm sorry.
well, because like It's true though. It is literally like it's the perfect amount for me because I'll it's like it's
a
enough
lucky
where
amount of tacos. Seven's a lucky
an-
number.
It's enough where I don't like feel bad about
Hate
myself
yourself in
later.
the morning.
Yeah, but then it's
Fair enough.
little
Yeah.
enough that I'm like, okay, I could stop after this because I know for a fact I could down 15 of these
Right.
and not be okay tomorrow. But 7, I'm good.
We're like, that's the most specific amount of tacos we've ever heard anyone.
I thought it was based on the budget. I'm like, he's got $10, and he's like, just get me 7 tacos.
This is how
please.
many tacos.
But that's
I
why
get for my money.
I just got you a dozen because I thought I'm pretty sure this will be cheaper than getting 7 individual crunchy tacos.
Oh my
So
god,
you're good
so fucking funny.
for 2 nights,
Oh,
I guess,
yeah.
for 2 meals worth of tacos.
I won't do.
But,
I won't destroy your audience with the sound of me munching on.
I mean, they got to be soft by now.
Yeah,
so
they,
you
they
can't be-
won't be munching. It's
gonna be
gonna
Yeah,
no
be
this is
about-
soggy tacos.
Yeah.
Ugh.
2-hour-old tacos.
It's just a lot
Hey,
of,
listen,
a lot of
Sounds
mouth
like a
noises.
medical issue.
A lot of
I
masticating.
ain't judging. I ain't judging.
Don't knock old tacos, okay? Like for whatever reason.
Yeah, Jack, have you
Taco-
ever had an old taco?
I have.
Well, not like old in the sense of eating them.
Not that
tomorrow.
way. Fuck you.
Wait a second. We're not talking about food anymore.
Not that
are
way.
we?
Fuck you.
Cover your ears at home.
Start
kids.
getting an old taco. Sure, that's been out. Yeah.
This is definitely not Thomas related.
No, this is not at all. Yeah. All
So
the,
no,
all
it
the
was-
Arcade Productions viewers bailed. They're like, this isn't about trains at all.
you're not kidding.
Yeah, actually, they did. The comments have stopped. They're like, this is bullshit.
You
do
know,
not like
I didn't
this show.
want to point it out because I was like, I
They're
don't
like,
want to
"Fuck
be mean,
this."
but this was really funny. Rails was there before, and I was like, you guys should subscribe to Chris. And then the minute after I said that was his comment was, I don't think I will.
It's because I said his name was a porn name. That's
Yeah.
what it is. He's like, I don't think so. This guy's a jackass, and I will not listen to his show.
It's like old
Oh
cap.
my
No,
God.
I don't think I will.
No, I don't think I will.
Maybe he's back because someone just came back. What's up? Comment who's here if you're watching.
Yeah, anybody. If we got some Facebook viewers, we got some YouTube viewers, so comment. We are checking.
Apparently,
them now.
Thomas Rails needed help and said his window is on fire. And,
Oh, maybe
think-
that's
and
why.
none of
Zach
us
is
were
here.
paying
Apparently,
attention
his
to that.
egg is gone too.
And he stopped commenting, so I think maybe he's
Or we got
unsafe at this
disconnected
point.
because some asshole spilled water all over the keyboard.
Moment of
It's like,
silence for
uh-oh.
Rails.
That's another possibility.
Now we don't give a shit.
Okay, yeah,
Okay.
we're over it.
Is your window still on fire? No.
Go back to Rail in 1984.
It's past midnight. Do you know where your children are? Absolutely. Watching a horrible show. Watching a horrible show while their
Hey.
window burns.
Yeah, exactly. And apparently,
Actually, no. This is a fantastic show.
Yes,
Being
and
an
It's a
asshole.
fantastic.
for some
show.
reason, he said, "There goes my egg." Before
There goes
he said,
my egg.
he said he will not subscribe.
All right, now I want to know what
Yeah,
is
we-
the, what
yeah,
is
is
the
that-
story of
we need to-
Rails and his window
Thomas
and
Rails,
the
if you're
egg?
listening-
I
still-
kind of want to know. Yeah,
There
Comment.
goes my egg.
yeah. Come back in. Would you?
So what's the order? So it goes help.
Help, my window's on fire. There goes my egg. I
There
don't think I
goes my
will.
egg.
Was he cooking an egg on the windowsill that was on fire, and the egg fell
I mean,
out of the window?
I mean,
Maybe-
that's all. That's good.
Shout out to Thomas Rails. He just named the episode because "There Goes My Egg" is the name of Game 177. Nothing we
Oh,
say
Game
is going to be better than
there
that.
goes my egg.
Oh my god.
Well, shit, and there it is.
I mean,
You're crying.
we're not. Yeah, I am, because I'm just like, for
So
some reason,
ridiculous.
I looked at the "I don't think I will," and I'm looking up. I'm like, "Say there goes my egg."
And above that, the letters QEE,
Oh my
like key.
god. Oh no.
Yeah.
So for whatever reason,
It's like my window's on fire. Help! I'm looking at this string of comments,
so
and we're just like, "Yeah, Chris dressed
Thomas
up
Ra-
like a."
no,
Thomas,
for
what are you
whatever
on
reason-
at
For
the
whatever
moment?
reason, he just started like fucking with us. He were B B E C D A.
And
Like
jumped
he
to Q.
just he just kept fucking with us, and then help.
Read my. Pay attention to me, please.
These
Just pay
last
attention to me.
4 messages are my
these-
favorite thing.
Are these
in the
codes for
world.
like?
Oh,
Help!
yeah.
That should be the episode description. Help!
My
My window is on fire.
fire.
There goes my egg. I don't think I will.
Guys, I'm sending up flares, and you're just not getting it. Help!
I kind of want a screenshot of that. Actually,
Oh my god!
Ryan, take a
I,
picture of that. I need to see. Oh, can you screenshot remote?
Oh, I am.
Please do.
100%.
Because I love that. That just might be
Holy
the
shit.
episode artwork because that is priceless. Help, my window. That's gonna be a super inside joke. Like this is gonna be. I just did the top 5 episodes of the first half of 2020. This is gonna be the bottom 5 of 2021.
Why is that so funny?
Oh, there goes my egg.
It's on fire.
There goes my egg.
What's funnier?
Should we all just post that on Facebook tonight with no context?
Oh my god!
Like all four of us.
But
who gets
one post at a time.
See who gets the weirdest. See who gets the worst responses or the best ones.
Jack,
You know what?
We got a comment. Hi, everyone and everybody.
Hey, what's
What's
up?
going on?
C.
You know what?
Piner Jr. Hi, everyone.
What's up, Piner?
I'll
Piner
tell
Jr.?
you what. Here's what
Everyone
we're
and
gonna do.
What's up?
I'll come on the next show, but between that point,
Don't come.
we'll all do that. We'll all post those posts. Help! My window is on fire. There goes my egg. I don't think I will. And then we come back and everyone share their best replies.
Oh my God. What a great.
Oh my god.
That's a great idea.
Oh.
Yes. And you didn't want to sit on, you didn't want to be on camera.
Yeah.
I had to twist your arm.
Oh,
If I'd only brought you 7 tacos, you'd be on the other side of the camera. Because I brought you a dozen.
I would have been.
Now you're energized.
Been here.
I know. I'm just kidding.
Taco Bell knocks a lot of people out, but you're like amped up. You're ready.
I know we
Plus,
really are.
because it's just so damn funny.
Dude,
I'm
we
so
just have a
sorry.
good time.
Yeah.
We have a good time on this show. Do we not?
Very true.
That's why we keep you up at all hours.
But now,
right.
But now here's my question:
Yes.
which ranks supreme? My window's on fire. There goes my egg.
There goes my egg.
Or Durf darts.
Dirt for life.
Durf for life.
Yeah.
Proof
Yeah.
of Durf.
Yeah.
Proof
It's-
of Durf.
It's Durf or something better.
You know how Kevin Smith made Tusk based on like the fucking post?
Yes.
I
Yeah.
think I'm gonna do this with his comments. Help! My window is on fire. There goes my egg.
That sounds like a Thomas song to me. Help, my window's on fire.
Yeah. There you go. Write that. Let's.
Help!
There goes
My
my egg.
window's on fire. There goes my egg. I don't think I will.
In the vein of we didn't start the fire. My window is on fire. And there goes my egg. And I don't think I will.
Oh my God. This is the dumbest fucking show in the world.
This is the magic of live broadcasting.
You get after midnight.
Anything can happen.
It's
Oh my god!
see, this is why live shows need to be
The two
special.
of
We
you are
can't.
crying.
I've
now
had a
from
bunch of
this.
people. I can't help it. It's so damn funny. It's happening more and more on the show that I'm being brought to tears from laughter. But this is why. So a bunch of people have said, like, because a lot of people do live streams from a shared universe. Their shows are regularly live streamed, and people did say, in light of me announcing this live stream in the most ridiculous possible way, that oh, why don't you just do the show live every week? And I said, I kind of want it to be special. Like, it's not that the shows to be pre-recorded for any reason other than it's just nice to do them in advance and to coordinate everybody to show up on like every Monday night, you know, if you want to deliver a show consistently the same day every week. I just said, I kind of want the live shows to be like their own thing. And this is another iteration of the show. The live show obviously has its own dynamic based on the
like
holiday show and the one we did.
It's like the
in April.
specials when they would. There's the regular cartoon we had as a kid, but then
Right.
every once in a while they do the special half-hour special.
Totally.
That was like a
Or the
theme
like
or
Letterman
whatever.
did primetime specials.
It's like a pay-per-view.
you know, and stuff like that.
Yeah, there you go.
Because
But
we don't need to
free.
pay. And God, you wouldn't pay for this anyway.
Yeah.
I mean, somebody would, but you
Don't
know,
you have a Patreon?
we have a Patreon. That's right.
Plug the
Got
Patreon.
Yeah.
a few shekels coming in.
Patreon.com/CapePod if you want to support the show.
Support the show.
Perks start at $5 a month. So hey, go for it.
$5 make you
And there
holla.
will be more and more.
My head
Coming along.
yeah.
legitimately hurts.
Dude,
from
we're only
from
halfway
laughing.
through.
Yeah, we're only
all right, we got a
laughing
lot
so
of show
hard.
left to do. There's a whole lot of torture coming your way.
Enjoy your tacos. Just enjoy it.
Yes.
Okay, so I did. Speaking of the live show, because this isn't like a segment. It's, you know, we didn't cook this. We're obviously clearly doing this just as
Yeah, it's not like a window.
Yeah, exactly. The show is fire, and so is the window. So I submitted on my Instagram story. Again, follow me at Chris Sells Out. I did submit, like, listen, we're doing the live show. We'll be answering some questions on the live show. Send me your questions. Ask anything. There were a lot that were obviously directed specifically toward me because I posted on my personal Instagram. But I got a few that I do want to throw out for the group. And to piggyback on the last live show we did, which was Cape 164, if you want to go hear the last live stream or view it, that's in full on the YouTube channel because it was a live stream. But somebody submitted the question for myself and Jack and Ryan and Andrew, even though it's just Andrew and I on that show, saying, how would you rank a death pool for the only podcast that matters? So I will put that question to the two of you. So who dies first and who dies last out of the four of us? Obviously now Andrew's not here. I don't think you guys have seen or heard that show. So I will tell our answers at the end, but because he and I agreed actually on our order.
So we're excluding Andrew out of this?
No,
or
he's part of the four of us.
He's definitely going
Myself,
first.
Jack,
Yeah.
Ryan, and Andrew. Okay.
Andrew first.
Andrew's first.
Then me.
There's
Okay.
whiskey and whatever he's got this weekend is it's going to do him in at one. So
Then probably you. Then Jack.
Okay.
That would be my guess.
Okay. You?
Andrew first, then you, then Ryan, then me.
Ooh.
Oh,
Wow.
That's a twist.
curveball. Yeah.
I didn't see that coming.
Andrew and I both agreed you're first because you're the most high strung.
Are you joking?
I mean,
Between me and Andrew, I'm the most high strung.
Andrew's medicated now.
What the fuck?
What do you mean? What do you mean?
I'm trying to flip the table, but I can't do it.
Who you calling high strung?
Who you calling loud, damn it? What do you mean my podcast levels are too loud?
Yeah, exactly. That's why I keep screaming into the mic.
So let's see who
Oh my God, he did post it on Facebook.
Let's see who comments first.
People are like, everyone's drunk. Like, if we all post that on Facebook at this hour, people are going to be like, what's going on? We did that a couple of years ago. You remember? Wait, sidebar. We'll get back to the listener questions in a moment, but we did. So there was one of the most influential pieces of comedy, which not enough people are aware of. Although I don't know who owns, because it's a Radio Archive thing. I don't know if anyone owns it. I would just throw that complete show up on the YouTube channel just so it's out there, because people would probably listen to it.
I lost the file, so if you could do that, I'd really
I do. I
appreciate
have
it.
the whole. I have the whole thing. So there was if you listened back in the day, this was early 2007. I think they went under in like 2008 or 9. But Indie 103.1, which was a radio station in Los Angeles, and Steve Jones from the Sex Pistols had a show called Jonesy's Jukebox. And on Fridays, a couple of Fridays a month, they would do something called Jonesy's Jukebox Jury, where he would play a song for a panel, and they would vote it either mustard, meaning it's hot, or pants, meaning it's it's crap, basically. Anyway,
The
so
perfect descriptors. Like,
yeah, it was. It's
so
like, and
genius.
so British too.
It's
It's
so
like,
British. Yeah.
is it mustard or pants? It's
Yeah.
like, that sounds awesome. Like, what a great ranking system. And so much better than saying hot or crap, you know?
Right.
So anyway, so
I get it.
If-
You like shit and pants. So
that's
like,
it. So anyway, there was the panels. I was the cast of the film Balls of Fury, a forgotten film,
Mhm.
but starring
Which I
Tom
saw in
Lennon,
Quite a
and
good
Ben
one.
Grant,
Anyway.
and Patton Oswalt, and a bunch of people. Anyway, the cast was on together. They joked around for the entire broadcast, didn't play a single song.
Didn't plug the movie.
Yeah, I mean, that was the
They
best
did a little
advertising.
bit, yeah.
Honestly, that broadcast was funnier than the movie, if I'm being honest.
Yeah.
And, you know, they would probably agree, because they said that movie should have been a PG family movie or an R-rated movie as opposed to a PG-13 movie that wasn't for a specific audience. But anyway, it was so funny, and I can't even begin to explain. Like, I played this for them and for Jack and Ryan and Andrew, and it kind of was like, in a certain way, almost a template for us. Like, if we can be half as funny as this.
We listened
What-
to it
yeah,
like the
what a
week
great
before
place.
we recorded the first episode.
Well, we listened to it a couple
It
of
was a
times
huge-
through.
But I remember
huge
that's the first.
inspiration.
Yeah.
It was it was very inspiring for us, and it was so goddamn funny. And
I remember the night we
The
listened
song
to
at
that
the
too.
end is what?
the giant jam.
We're
Well, that's
gonna
kind of.
say, yeah.
I mean, inadvertently, I only realized it kind of recently, like the way we've been ending the live streams with an acoustic jam. I thought, oh, that kind of is like how they ended that show. Not that it was a conscious thing. It was just I wanted to sing the Cheers theme to celebrate a shared universe at the end of the holiday show. So
Right.
that's the reason that happened. But because it's become a thing, that was fun. And we'll be closing out tonight with an acoustic jam. So if you're not asleep by the end of the show, you will be. But
See,
Anyway.
not everyone has tacos and as lucky as I am. So
that's right.
That's
So
true.
yeah, a lot of people are nodding off in front of the computer screens like this.
This sucks.
Yeah, you've got like
Yeah,
13
it's-
minutes before Taco
Oh,
Bell.
you were telling a story.
there
Let's
goes
get
my egg.
get back to it.
Anyway, so why was that hugely influential? How do we get into that from the death pool?
So it was because we were about the Facebook post that were.
Oh yeah, I'm
we're doing-
sorry. That's
yeah.
right. So it was all because like there was a point when Patton Oswalt is riffing while Steve Jones is just playing the comedically riffing about thing. It was like, I got my pants around my ankles and I'm screaming at traffic.
I'm Fergalicious.
He was jamming like lyrics to Fergalicious.
And it was I'm going to marry a bowl of soup and run one of my shoes for Congress.
Yes, exactly. So there's these 4 lines
Yeah.
that are like ridiculous. And at one night we're all hanging out together. So we post on Facebook, we each post one of these
Live in a
ridiculous
cardboard box in
comedic
a living
lines.
room and
with no context whatsoever.
Yeah, no context.
And we all
everybody-
know a lot of the same people, and everyone's like, "What the fuck are you?"
Yeah,
guys talking
everybody's
about?
just like, huh? Like, and anyone who was friends
because
with
we all
the four
work
of
together
us-
still. There's a one time
Right.
we were like the last week you were at your job.
Yes,
We all
Yeah,
work
yeah,
together.
yeah.
And everybody next day works. What the fuck is wrong with the
Yeah,
three
what
of you?
happened? So this is like a 2021 version of that.
I
Where-
think I
are you
posted this at the wrong time because no one gives a shit.
I know everyone's going to see it tomorrow and out of order
I
because
think-
it's Facebook.
Fucking
I'm-
Facebook
here's the
algorithm.
thing, I'm not going to sleep with this on my timeline.
And you're gonna, well, here's the problem. Everyone's going to see.
Because here's the thing.
Everyone's going to see the status help,
So
and you're going to get a lot of
here's
missed
the thing.
calls.
So that's really funny because a couple of years ago I put this post on Facebook that was essentially the beginning of it sounded like I got jumped. Like I was like those fuckers thought that I had a cool story and you made it so white. How did you ruin it?
Yeah, that's not even how the song
I'll
jump.
show
goes.
myself out.
No, it was so I posted this thing where
Don't you
I
make
was
it
like,
nice.
oh, I made it sound like I legit got jumped. But then at the very end, it was like, those fucking mosquitoes didn't get me. Like, So I had
Oh.
comments for days of people who didn't read the whole thing. And people
Oh,
were like,
man.
"Oh my god, Christian! Like we're coming. We're hopping in the car." Someone called. One of my uncles called my mom and
Oh,
was
man.
like, "We're coming down to Jersey. We're just letting you know we're gonna beat the shit out of whoever fucked up Christian." And then my mom was like, "What did you post on Facebook?" I was like, "Nothing. It was a joke."
Those
Oh,
fucking mosquitoes didn't get me.
so then I saw the uncle that commented because his comment was on my way. Tagged the rest of my uncles. So I was like, uh-oh, that was 20 minutes ago. So I commented, I was like, dude, did you read the whole thing? And then 5 minutes later,
It's mosquitoes.
Well, we're on the turnpike
Jump,
already.
jump.
you fucker.
So that actually leads me to a question that I had for all of you guys.
Sure. We'll get back to the Q&A
What
later,
is
everybody.
your relationship with mosquitoes like?
What's
Do
my
they stay away
relationship
from
with
you?
They don't
Do
fuck-
they
Yeah, they
eat
don't.
the shit out of you?
Nope.
It's
Something in
They
between?
don't bother me too
They
much.
don't bother me at all.
You know what I've noticed? When I was younger, they fucked with me a little bit more. But when I got older, they don't really bite me all that much.
They don't.
Really?
You too?
Same here.
You neither?
Not-
So
not
basically,
much. I'll get
mosquitoes are
nothing. I'll get
So
pedophiles.
I'm the only one then.
I'll get a
Okay.
few over the course of the summer, but not a lot of bites.
My whole life, fucking love me. I don't know if it's my blood. They've gotten ballsy. As of recently, they will bite me directly through clothes. So like I'll put bug spray on.
It's already started. Sorry,
Uh-oh.
go.
Okay, yeah. We're going to periodically
Continue.
check in with this ridiculous status.
Oh no! What?
Oh, no.
It's every like already.
Help
Are
is
you
gonna-
okay?
Yes, exactly. I told you. Just posting help is gonna get all the responses.
Just put the lyrics to the Beatles.
Oh,
I need somebody.
oh my God.
Not just
So-
anybody.
So out of context, this actually sounds like suicide. So I'm actually gonna
I'm gonna delete it.
delete this.
Link to the Facebook.
There
Link to
goes
our
my egg.
video.
There
Link to
goes
our
my egg.
video.
I think Christian just
Oh.
cut off his testicles. That's my egg.
So I think I'm gonna delete those.
Yeah, that's
because that sounds so
it's
bad out of
it's-
context.
It's such an inside joke that
yeah.
It's not gonna
Oh,
play
I got
like
a whole
joke.
bunch of people messaging me now.
Oh my god, he really is.
Total
What have you done?
inside
His Facebook Messenger is
joke.
blowing up right now.
So sorry.
yeah, deleted.
Holy shit.
You're gonna lose a lot of Facebook friends over
Yeah,
this.
I'm good. I'm so
He really is
sorry.
tired of this. He's legitimately responding to like
Complete-
5 people.
inside joke. God damn it.
Stop putting inside jokes on the goddamn Facebook, Christian.
Oh my god.
Wait, now who's on the way?
Oh shit, your uncles are here.
Yeah.
They're banging on the window.
Oh god.
Yeah.
I mean, it's cool I got people that care, but like
yes.
I can't
But
post
goddamn, it's a joke.
I can't post
You
nothing.
can't post help
Now-
at 1 a.m. and not have people be concerned.
Yeah.
Where
no.
are you?
So I think
Like,
I
there
think
goes my
maybe-
egg would have been the winner.
See, I think maybe
Even my window's
maybe-
on fire is going to bother people.
yeah, I think something about the combination of then help my window's on fire and then I don't think I will. I think everyone just kind of glanced over the egg thing and
Yeah.
was like, my
That
window-
should have been the clue
is
that
he
like
okay?
he's just talking gibberish.
Oh my god.
I thought you were going to post it like in one status. I thought it was going to be just 4 lines.
No.
I mean, whatever. Look, it's
Sorry.
this just to stick with the egg thing. This joke has gone afoul. So
Shout out to Matt Monjoy and Frankie for actually checking in on me. Y'all of the shit for that.
yeah,
Thank
you
you.
are.
You're
Sorry.
good people.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry I scared you.
Yeah, I'm definitely not subscribing to that stupid Cape show now.
Oh my god!
Now I know I won't.
What's even
Yeah.
funnier is that I checked the YouTube feed on my end just
Yes.
to see if there was any other comments. I had to block somebody,
Mm.
but he came back and back from murdering. He posted that right after. All that. All right, so someone died, and this is a murder admission.
Apparently so. So listen, Thomas Rails.
You got some stuff you need to work out there, man.
I mean, but please tell us what the deal is with the egg. Where did the egg go? What happened to the egg? Was it on the
What,
windowsill?
does it
and
come
caught
first
fire?
or last?
Why did you have an egg?
Why did you
Yeah.
have an egg?
We need to know the story with the egg.
Are you actually a chicken,
Was it
Oh my god!
hard boiled, sunny side up,
Camilla?
poached?
It was, yeah. Was it Gonzo's child?
Yeah.
Not yet hatched child, unborn chicken, half alien child.
I'm so sorry, but
Yeah. What
anyway.
about
Oh.
mosquitoes from a half
Yeah.
hour ago?
So, yeah, I know mosquitoes. Since we got into
It's
it,
into the spirit of the show.
like twice this summer, I've been bitten on my face because I refuse to just spray like insect repellent directly on my face. I've been bitten through jeans. How does a fucking mosquito bite through jeans?
that's a serious.
Do you know how
stinger.
tough that material is?
I do.
so they
I live
just-
in jeans.
Yeah, like so if I don't,
Well, Ryan,
joust
you're like
myself-
super sweet, so I get it.
Yeah, like
Aw.
You're like the
so
sweetest
sweet. I got
guy,
sweet
so-
blood,
It's like
and I
it's
have a-
your birthday.
I have a sweetheart. I know. Yeah. So and it's like I could be wearing fucking full plated medieval armor, and the mosquitoes are like,
Let's
know what?
find out. We're
There's
gonna
going
get
to
you
be a
some-
gap in that armor. I'm going to find it.
Get
I'm
some
going to
chain mail.
and
Let's
I'm
do
going
it.
to bite
Yeah.
the shit out of it. Like I can't escape it. They bite me through clothes. They'll bite my face.
Mm.
Anything they possibly can.
Greenheads are what bothers me.
Like
Wait, what?
it's insane.
Greenheads, those
What are
like
they?
those like flies that bite. Like they're called greenheads.
I've never been bitten by a fly.
They're
That sounds like
Yeah.
the worst luck.
no, you
Yeah, they fucking hurt.
they do.
Yeah?
Those
I got an
greenhead flies,
infection one
yeah.
time because they bite. Like I got one in Ocean City and I had an infection in my foot because of that.
Well, this is taking a turn.
Yeah,
Jesus Christ.
Yeah,
I mean, we were
mosquito
just-
bite on my back.
I've
because they just
Christian
bite
was
right
just
through
crying for
clothes.
help on Facebook, and now we're
I've
talking about butt
never,
fights?
I've never been bitten by a fly. That
well, it's
sounds
not like your
miserable.
normal house
Oh,
fly.
yeah.
It's like a legit. It's called a greenhead. I don't know what, but they like.
Does it look like a normal fly?
They
It
hang
does.
out.
It looks like it.
They
But
hang out around the beach. The west wind brings them to the beach, and then they bite the shit out of you.
Yeah.
And
I'm staying my ass inside.
and it's like
Yeah, exactly.
I'm coming
unprovoked,
back for your
yeah.
quarantine.
And it's unprovoked too. Like they'll just bite you for no reason.
yeah,
It's like,
we
you
were
don't
at the
have to-
mall a couple weeks ago,
Yeah.
and I was like, "It's biting me." And Corey, our friend Corey, was like, "I've never seen one." I'm like, "You lived in the South. How the fuck did you not see a greenhead?" Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's like, they're actually green.
yeah.
Are they
know.
actually?
It's easy
Yeah.
to
Yeah.
spot.
Okay.
They're
Yeah.
little-
So
they're-
now I know.
There we go.
I see a
Yeah.
green fly.
Fucking
Run
annoying.
like hell.
Keep your eyes open for that.
Bugs.
Actually, no, I don't think I will.
no,
Subscribe to the show. No, I don't think I will. All right, fine. I mean,
Oh, callback. Here we go.
this cat just murdered somebody, according to what he said, according to his comment. So don't subscribe if you don't want to.
It wasn't posted for whatever reason. It got blocked. Like I had to unhide it. It
Wait,
didn't
who's
come-
Officer Johnson?
Oh, Officer Johnson. I don't know what the fuck. He was like, "Hey guys," thanks for joining. And then he was like, "Read my comments," and it was the N word and just copied and pasted like 20 times. So that's why he's
okay.
blocked. So
Yeah,
Officer
we're not
Johnson,
doing that.
go
Yep.
fuck yourself.
That's right.
So yeah, we're good.
And the honkies on the
Take your
on screen
Johnson
also
with
tell
you.
you to go fuck
Out of
yourself. Yeah.
Take your Johnson with you.
So the death pool, yeah, you were number one. Andrew was number two
This
because
is bullshit.
of diet and lifestyle. He put himself at number two, me at number three, and Jack at number four.
This
So
is
that
like
was
the order
our
that you
result.
guys.
Yeah.
I'm
think
gonna
you're
live
die in?
for-
Yeah, I would say,
Yeah,
yeah.
remember we
than
talked about
you.
you were all confused, and you and Ming were like, "This is so morbid. This is so morbid."
Yeah.
Like,
It's so fucking morbid. Are you kidding?
dude, it's the only guarantee we're all gonna die.
Yeah, but
So
we've
it's not-
all-
Yeah, but
we're
like,
not taking pleasure in talking about
We've
it.
all
but
obviously
it's-
thought about it, like which one of
Yeah.
us is going to go first.
and it was a solid question to
Yeah.
get from somebody to be like, "Hey, this is cool."
I guess I just don't like thinking about it with my crop of friends. I don't know.
I mean, no. Listen, it's not. We're all staring down middle age now.
Oh.
Jack has joined the late 30s club as well. So listen, it's
He's still
more of a
mid-30s.
reality. He's in the second half of his 30s now. So
Yeah, I'm
let's say
4
that.
years away from 40.
Um,
I'm 37.
I said that to my wife tonight, and she's like, "That's upsetting. Don't say it again."
Yeah,
Yeah,
don't
try,
say 40.
try being like 10 weeks away from it.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
talk to me when
Yeah.
you're closing in on that. Somebody sent in. These are anonymous, by the way. I'm not going to identify who submitted the questions because that was kind of the basis for it. It was like they'll be anonymously read on the show. So send whatever you want, but nobody sent anything too inappropriate. But I said I wouldn't identify people, so I won't. Somebody says, tell us a fact we don't know about Cape. And I actually did think of something after I read this. I read them quickly and then just copied them into a file. So I'm not like, these aren't prepped answers, but I did think of something. So the show's grown a lot in 2021. And since starting at a shared universe almost a year ago. And here's the interesting thing. Checking the statistics, which I just did because there's the video compilation if you go to the YouTube channel for the top 5 shows of 2021 so far. Looking at the statistics to determine the top 5, obviously in the United States, number 1 for downloads. No surprise there. We're a US-based show. It's English-speaking shows. You would think so. Number 2 is the UK. Also seems fairly obvious. Number 3, Spain. Thousands and thousands of downloads in Spain.
For
That's
Cape.
Yeah, that's the country
Interesting.
where that is the third most downloads for Cape.
That's pretty sweet.
It's interesting. I mean, maybe they think it's a bio. They're looking at the name and they're like, this has got to be a local show. And they're all mistakenly downloading it. And then they realize, oh, I don't understand a word of this because it's in English.
I think I
don't
recently
speak
found
English.
something similar.
Maybe
And it was, I just thought it was
bullfighting
interesting.
show.
No, but that is
Maybe.
really cool.
Yeah.
It's like what?
And I want to know, right. I don't know what the time zone change is. You can look at it if you don't mind. But why are people in Spain tuning in right now? Or maybe they are. If you are, shout it out. Everyone's just going to lie in the comments.
What time is
It's
it there?
like 5 in the morning.
There's
or
going to be a
5
lot.
or 6 in the
Everybody's going to
morning.
put hola in the comments. Yeah. Me llamo en Spain. No, that's not right. You're a phony. So there's an interesting fact you may not have known about Cape. A couple of people asked spoiler-free thoughts on Loki and Black Widow. I haven't seen Black Widow yet. Ryan hasn't seen it.
Black Widow.
Black Widow or Loki.
No.
Did you see Black Widow?
I saw Black Widow. It's
Okay.
like a run-of-the-mill Marvel movie. It's okay. It's good.
Okay, it's good.
It's good.
All right, it's a serviceable Marvel movie.
That's so bad. You know what's wild about that is because you think about like how Marvel movies have impacted pop culture and
Right.
how
I mean, I wasn't
deeply-
hyped for it, but it's like enjoyable.
yeah, but that's the weird thing is like we're past all that hype now. And it's really going to
It should
suck
have came out
to
in
see
2017, to be honest with you. Like the way it's set up, it's
because
you would think.
they're releasing a movie that we already know the fate of the character, unless
and
that's not
that's-
actually the
it took
fate of the character.
That's it.
Right.
It takes
But the new characters were the best part. Her sister was the best part of the movie.
Got it.
Okay. Florence Pugh's character was awesome, and David Harbour was great. Rachel Weisz was great. It's a good movie. Like it's fun.
Anything.
Like
with
it's
Rachel Weisz.
honestly,
Yeah.
it's
Is that
like
right?
yeah.
Good for you, dude.
What, Rachel Weisz.
Yeah,
Dude,
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
She's
that's Christian's.
there's
Weiss.
a de-aging scene. Like you didn't have
Yeah.
to watch with her. Like really, she's just
Yeah.
kind of perfect. As
Now, do you remember
I
her
don't-
in Confidence? Remember when we watched that movie?
Yeah.
God damn, she was.
I saw
that movie.
Constantine a couple years ago. I'm like,
Oh.
oh my god, like,
That was a great movie. I kind of forgot about that movie, and it was on Hulu. And I was like, let me check this movie out. Constantine was fun.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's the sequel, aside from obviously 3 Matrix sequels.
But
that Keanu
goddamn,
said
was
he
she
would
good
do.
looking in that movie?
See, that's how you knew the third Mummy movie was going to be shit because she wasn't in it.
She
The
wasn't.
drizzling shits. Yeah, it was. It was awesome.
But no, in regards to the hype of Marvel movies, I think it was kind of stupid that they waited this long for a Black Widow movie. Like, she
Like,
should
oh
have
yeah,
been-
she should have one. I'm like, why don't you?
Yeah.
I thought
that
like
should have been a
Agreed,
thing.
she should
when
have
right
one.
after the
Whedon was still a
Avengers, I
part of
thought
it.
like, oh
Right.
cool, she'll get a movie at some point because I'd like to see what happened in Budapest.
Mm-hmm.
To
Yeah.
be honest, I would have liked a Black Widow movie right after Iron Man 2.
I agree.
I think that would have been the best time to do it.
I feel like people really fell in love with her though after Winter Soldier. So I think
after Avengers, honestly,
I mean, yes,
think after the
Avengers, but like
Avengers-
Winter Soldier, because she was teamed up with Steve, and you really got more of a feel for
Yeah.
her,
Mhm.
and that she was loyal. I feel like that's where people. I mean, Avengers, yeah, she had a great role in Avengers, but
Right.
at that point, I don't think people would have been on board. I think like after Winter Soldier,
I'm with you on
That
that.
would have helped.
Winter
Yeah.
Soldier. Yeah.
so it does seem a little late, like sequentially, and it does seem a little
I mean, you
fan
could have told the
servicey to
same
be like,
story.
we're getting a female lead movie finally.
yeah.
So there is that.
it just felt like an afterthought. Like
what-
we have all these other things, and we'll get to it eventually. But it's like, oh
Have-
shit, now what do we do? She's dead.
Have you
Yeah.
seen Loki?
Yeah, I loved Loki.
Okay,
I think Marvel's stepping up the game with the TV shows more than their fucking movies. Because I think
I
there's-
disagree. I did not really like Loki.
I thought
really.
Loki was boring as shit.
I agree.
I did not like Loki
Confused
at all.
as fuck. I didn't.
Here's
like
and
he's amazing. The cast is amazing. I
Right.
couldn't get behind the story because I'm going to say this right now. I don't like multiverse shit. Keep it one line.
Well,
I
and-
don't like this whole like this on Earth.
That's a
and
factor.
Earth.
And this-
I fucking hate that in any kind of property.
This isn't
I hate it.
spoiler.
Really?
This isn't spoilery
Hate
in
it.
any way because everybody knows the story that it's the Loki from the alternate 2012 that picks up the Tesseract and disappears. And as you learn in the show, and it said right at the top of the show, so again, not a spoiler, it's like he's a variant Loki. It's not really Loki. And every other Loki you meet in the series isn't real Loki, so I don't give a shit about any of them.
Yeah,
I really
I agree.
don't. Like, I'm watching the movie, and I'm like, I don't care. We know what happened to
But I
Loki.
was
He
just
died
so,
a noble
like,
death.
I don't give a
And
shit about like who, like what do you mean these are all Lokis? Like I just couldn't get
but
behind
the
it.
other
Like,
the other thing that honestly
like it
bothered
just
me,
didn't register up
the
here.
thing that bothered me about it too, is that this Loki that you meet at the beginning of the series is likable and fun, and is kind of a
He's
regretful.
2012 asshole Loki.
yeah,
But
That's literally what he
not.
is.
It's more the Loki that went through Ragnarok and who we've seen in different, more fun and
But
different
Isn't
iterations.
that to be
Right.
argued that
But
that
this is-
character was always there? Because to be fair, it's been confirmed that
That's what I
Loki
said.
was under the control of the Tesseract during that whole debacle in New York in the first Avengers. So even though
but he was a power hungry asshole in the
yeah,
first
but
Thor
he
movie,
but he
though.
is a power hungry asshole.
But like 6 hours before the start of Loki, he literally impaled Phil Coulson in a moment that made us all sad. And then all of a sudden,
yeah,
it's
under
like,
the control.
oh, we love him.
Under the control of them, dude.
We
they
had this
built
argument
Loki,
last week.
They built Loki as a villain that you love to hate, and then that you also
Or hate to love.
oddly
Just loved.
hate to love.
Hate to love.
Right.
Yeah.
Because that's just how that character works. But I'm very surprised that you didn't like.
I thought it was
Loki.
boring. Like season 2, I'm not going to watch it all. I'm going to watch like some YouTuber do a 20-minute recap of the season when it comes out.
Wow.
Because here's my theory about it. Because we talked about WandaVision in a Patreon
Well, here's the
exclusive.
thing. Like also,
I didn't like
Did you like
WandaVision.
WandaVision?
Hang on.
I liked WandaVision. Yeah,
I thought I like of the Disney Plus shows. What If is going to be fun because it's going to be a standalone thing. It's literally just What If, so it's
But
going to have no bearing
you
on
don't
the
like
universe.
multiverse stuff, so you can't watch
right?
that.
You can't watch.
well, here's my thing about the multiverse stuff.
Okay.
I don't like it. Maybe because I don't understand shit like this. Maybe it's because I feel like Marvel's heading in that
where
direction.
do you get confused?
I was confused, like why where are all
Why
these
the-
Lokis here? Like I thought because of like at some point this is gonna be revealed these aren't Lokis. Like I didn't get it.
But they
Like, it
are
just-
Lokis. That's
yeah.
That's the gimmick. They
Thank you.
like
Beer
like-
number 3, everybody.
the idea that there are from
that's what I just
timelines that
didn't-
just don't exist anymore.
Well, that's what like it was just kind of thrown at me, and I just didn't get that. So maybe it's not like I'm not saying it sucks as a piece of shit. I'm fully transparent. I didn't really get the show. Maybe as this thing goes on, as we get to Doctor Strange and a couple other things, like it'll start to make sense. Maybe I'll go back and watch it.
So it was just kind of confusing.
It's very confusing. Like I don't like when these multiverse things just come out of nowhere and it's all over the place. There's 6 of these.
I mean,
people.
that's kind of where I am because these are all multiverse versions.
like the idea
I've
of Crisis of Infinite Earths. Like I'm like, no fucking way am I ever going to read or watch something like that.
I mean,
that's
but-
confusing as
but
hell to me.
the animated Crisis on 2 Earths is
You can call me
75
stupid.
minutes.
I just don't get it.
I'm not going to because that's actually a good point because Crisis on Infinite was the DC thing, right?
Yes.
I'll be completely honest. When they did that with the Arrow shows, it was confusing as shit.
That's
like,
it.
because-
It's very
Because the
off-putting
way
to
that
me.
the way that they do those crossovers, to be completely honest, I always skip them. I always try to
Gotcha.
do the recap later because you know what? I feel bad. I do understand the confusion of the multiverse stuff, but I felt like Loki kind of explained it in a way that was a little easier to
I think so
comprehend.
too. And Joel, we see your comments. We see that you liked it.
Joel's a good buddy of
And you-
mine.
no,
Joel's
I get it. I get why people like it. I'm just saying I wasn't interested. I didn't care about any of these characters in this show. I truly didn't. And for what it's worth, it didn't take too long for Owen Wilson to just default into Owen Wilson. So I kind of was afraid of that, even though he looked like he was just acting in the trailer. It eventually became the slow, droll wisecracking that I just can't stand and haven't been able to stand for the last 20 years. But for me,
Damn, sounds like you just had
I couldn't invest in the characters. But
He's
the
a
thing
hater.
is, no, I'm just not a fan.
Yeah,
it
I
just
felt
doesn't make me
nothing when
laugh.
he got like taken away. Like I know we're spoiled.
Spoiler.
Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna
It's
watch it.
not.
It's okay.
Nobody.
Yeah.
But that's the other thing, and that's the thing. Marvel has kind of dropped the ball on. As much as I enjoyed their stuff, nobody really dies in Marvel anything.
Yeah.
Clearly, Loki didn't really die because we got this Loki, and it's Tom Hiddleston. So who cares?
but
so-
he still did die. That's the
But he
thing.
still did die.
But we're getting a second season of a season of
only-
a show based on him. So.
The only reason that this Loki variant even exists is because of Infinity War and the consequences of that.
Right.
He died before, and he still did. But
Right, but we're
because
still-
of them going back in time and having this whole
Kerfuffle.
fucking adventure,
Now he's
Let's say
back.
kerfuffle.
they have the McFly family effect.
They have multiple Lokis.
yeah, exactly.
I don't know. I couldn't invest in it. Is
So
all.
wait,
Like I get why
because
people
he
like.
went back in time.
But you didn't
That's what caused all
find
the
it like
other
fun
Lokis
just
to
to watch him.
In
I
Infinity.
didn't get
It wasn't
that.
enough?
See, that didn't register. Like I didn't get that.
Well, at least
I-
in the movies, that's what it is. In the show, It is a little
Again,
more to it.
I'm confused.
I don't want to get into spoilery. Like I can tell you more reasons if you want me to spoil it for you, but like I don't want to get into more specifics
Yeah,
as
don't
far
spoil
as
too
it.
much.
Yeah,
I'm
I
gonna
don't want to
watch it.
do that. But anyway, I was interested, and I also think like the TV shows aren't going to have as much influence on the movies as the movies will have on the TV shows. So I really don't think, even though Doctor Strange has a multiverse storyline, so does Spider-Man. I feel like, I mean, it is yet to be seen. I could be wrong, but I feel like the series are kind of going to be their own thing, as opposed to, even though they're going to be connected to what goes on in the cinematic universe, I feel like they're not going to have as much influence as we might
The
think.
TV shows.
Yes.
I disagree.
I think with character backstories that
it's-
aren't going to have theatrical releases, I think they'll be useful
But
for
Wanda
that.
is going to be in Doctor Strange.
Right. And we will understand the context of Wanda because of the show, but it's still Doctor Strange's movie. Wanda's going to be a part of it, and you'll understand where Wanda's coming from. In the same way,
It's kind of wild when you think Wanda and Loki both set up Doctor Strange too.
well, that's what I'm saying. We will see come, I guess, February, I think that comes out,
Yeah.
how much of an influence that has. And they actually just announced a couple of days ago that She-Hulk and Hawkeye are going to be 2021 also. So those are coming out this year. Those
Really?
series.
Guy.
And I don't care about either of those series.
Well, that
either. 'Cause
not to go too much into Black Widow, but there's kind of a tie-in. For
Is there? Okay.
potential
Okay.
one
Yeah,
of those.
there's-
well, that's why. Yeah, they just announced again. It was this week that it was announced.
But
That's
yeah.
just my opinion. I get why people like it. I just couldn't invest in it.
And there's also a small tie-in, and not spoiling it, but there's a small tie-in from Falcon Winter Soldier into Black Widow also.
okay,
Yeah.
cool. Because I thought Falcon Winter Soldier was great.
I
I
loved
thought it was
it.
great.
Absolutely.
And I will say though, I do
yeah.
wish everybody would pull back a few steps from the hype machine and realize
This
that-
isn't coming from a hype machine place. This is coming from a person like I just
no. I'm
genuinely
saying like
enjoyed
I'm
it.
talking about the general public who's just super aware of Disney
like
Plus and there's a
hyper
Marvel
aware
series and
of
everything.
Marvel, yeah.
For my money, I couldn't tell you what the worst episode of Doom Patrol is because I love every one of them. But every episode of Doom Patrol is better than any episode of WandaVision and Loki. In my opinion, if you haven't seen Doom Patrol on HBO Max, you are missing out. Season 3 is coming in the fall. And I can't wait. If you had told me a year ago Doom Patrol is going to be your favorite new show, I would have said it's DC. There's no chance.
Who
And I'm
hurt
not a
you?
comic guy. I know, but it's amazing. It's an R-rated show. The humor is really, really dark. They're not heroes. They're misfits.
I'm
Not
not.
saying
I'm
they're
not
not
dissing
superheroes.
it. I do enjoy Doom Patrol.
It is a great show,
I
and I
do
really
like Doom
that
Patrol.
truly surprised me how much I enjoyed that.
But yeah, I mean,
That's just where I'm coming from with that.
I think the Marvel TV shows now have a lot more impact and relevance to the movies than they did before. Like that was the
Oh.
whole
I agree with
reason.
Yeah, for the first time they will have.
that was
an impact.
that was the whole reason that I think even Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. ended in the first place. It was because they were having Kevin Feige and the dude who ran ABC at the time notably hated each other.
Right.
Because like
Kevin Feige hated all those shows, even the Netflix ones.
he
on-
didn't mind the Netflix ones. It's just not having control of those characters. It's difficult.
Yeah.
And that wouldn't have been a problem if Disney had bought Netflix like that was the plan. That's the whole reason those shows ended was because Netflix didn't buy them. Starting to reconsider my username.
Oh,
Geeb Machine Hunt. But no, it was
the Disney hype machine to be
Yeah,
specific.
the-
Because we're getting
the
questions like
Disney-
hype machine. Yeah, Disney because we see ads like crazy every time there's a new Disney series. That's all I mean.
but it's such a
Doom Patrol you don't hear nearly as much about. You should.
No, you really don't.
You should.
There's not a lot of marketing for HBO Max as much as
Not for the DC. I mean, they just announced Titans season 3 is coming in August, but I haven't watched Titans, but
I think they
I don't know.
all these programs, Disney obviously has their back catalog
True.
that they can milk and money. I'll be honest, they had my money the minute that they posted all seasons of the fucking Muppet Show, which I never
Oh
thought
yeah,
was gonna
totally.
happen.
Well, when they first announced that they were going to have,
I will
all of
advocate for the Bad
Simpsons.
Batch. I love the shit out of that.
Oh, that's a
cartoon.
fantastic
I
thing.
love
That's a
the Bad Batch.
fantastic show. Holy
I'm
crap.
behind 2 episodes now, but I love the shit out of that show.
God.
we
That
got some-
Mandalorian. HBO Max doesn't really have a show like
No,
that.
they don't. But everybody has HBO Max access anyway. So
Yeah, that's
for what it's worth, and I realized that was a Doom Patrol's a DC Universe show, but
Yeah, the episode I watched with you was really good.
I know, and you haven't watched it since because for some reason you're busy watching crap. Let's get to some more loose, fun, non-pop culture questions.
Yeah.
What is your most frequently used emoji? Which is a good question. Mine is probably what's so fucking
Sorry,
funny?
I know my answer.
Oh, I know your answer too.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, exactly. I know what yours is. Mine, I will just go first. Is that mine is the laughing one with just the laughing with the kind of closed eyes. which is generally my response to anything funny. If it's really funny, it's the sideways one with crying, laughing.
Yeah.
That's my most common.
Is
Yeah,
that yours?
occasionally, that I'll see that from you.
Right. And then yours
And
is
mine is just
the shrugging
the guy
shoulders,
shrugging,
which is basically a picture of Ryan, no matter
Yeah.
what phone model or app you're using for messaging.
I don't know.
What's your most used emoji?
Just the laughing emoji.
Just a laughing
I
emoji?
love to laugh.
Same.
I really do.
Yeah, I agree with that. Okay, so that uneventful answers. Have you ever it's a funny question. Have you ever unironically sung along to Tub Thumping by Chumbawamba?
Yes.
Okay.
Unironically,
Surprised me. Unironically.
yeah. When it first came out, absolutely.
Wait.
yeah.
Which one is that?
I get knocked down.
but I get
yeah.
up.
I mean, is there another
yeah.
Chumbawamba song? I mean, I'm sure there is, but does anybody know?
Yeah, back in 1997, that was the jam.
for that summer.
Yeah, for
So
that
yeah,
would
would you say you've unironically
Yeah,
sung
probably in
along?
like
I was like,
97,
oh, this song
98.
is fun and
Probably-
catchy,
I
and
probably have too.
Yeah.
But I was like 15. So.
unironically.
I mean, yeah. Well, that's a good question. I'm like, that's
I like
maybe.
Homer Simpson's version of the song.
See, that's oh my god, that song's followed me around for a while, and it's so fucking funny because when I was in high school, I was in the video class, so my teacher Carpenter would always play this music video that was class made that these kids did to Chumbawamba as like an
Really?
example of like this is how good it has to be, and he would always show that
As a gold
fucking-
standard, it's Chumbawamba.
Yeah, like this video was like the fucking best thing any of his students had ever made. So he always had it on somehow. Like it always made its way into the programming, and it was just so funny because I always remember I remember the shots. Like I wish I could just get a copy of it at this point now, but it's oh my god, that song. Fucking, I get knocked down, but I get up again.
I haven't thought about that song in a long time. So the fact that somebody sent that in was really, really good. I appreciate that one. Have any of you ever started masturbating and given up?
And giving up?
Yeah.
No.
I guess that means before
Why would I give up?
release. It's a solid
That's
question.
like creating your own sadness. No.
Right, yeah. Why would I give up?
Why would I
just
purposely
keep
make
going.
myself
I've
sad?
given up on a lot of things.
That's like listening
But
to
that's
sad
not one
music
of
to
them.
make
Yeah.
yourself cry.
Yeah.
Just keep going until,
Ryan's given up on a lot of .coms, never once
On a
given
lot
up on
of- yeah.
jerking off.
A lot of creative projects, but yeah, if there's one thing I'm not giving up on, we're gonna finish the job there.
Yeah.
All right. Noted.
Sorry,
You have
Joel.
to shoot me.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah,
You shoot me,
Yeah,
but
if
I
you can
have
just
to
shoot-
finish
but I
this
ha-
tug.
Meanwhile, Joel's like, I write Thomas songs with Christian. Why am I here?
Like, this is taking a turn.
What's that emoji
I mean,
that he posted?
I wanna
Obviously,
hear
we're
some-
not
yeah,
gonna-
What's this emoji? What's going on?
Is it just a
sharing
shocked
his-
face?
Yeah, he's shocked.
Please
Sorry,
subscribe-
Joel. I'm very
Subscribe
R-rated.
to Chris Aballo's podcast experiment on Spotify.
No, we're
And you can have
not
more of
going to
this.
put anybody.
He also
on
just
blast,
wrote, get her done.
but- yeah.
No,
Yes.
the next comment
That's
is going to be from Joel. No,
We
I
do-
don't think I will.
No, I don't think I will.
There goes my
I
egg.
wonder who's sending that question. I know we're
That's
not
what I
going to
say
put
every
anybody on
time.
No,
blast,
I'm not
but-
going to even bother telling you. With all the billionaires going to space, would any of you want to go to space?
Hell no.
Nah, I'm good.
They can be the first test.
Space seems frustrating.
I'm very
Rails
interested.
is back.
Can you tell us what happened with the egg already,
Please do. Please let us know.
Mr. Thomas Rails?
Is
Because
your
we wanna
window
know.
okay?
Yeah. You cried. You cried for help. Christian cried for help and got legit responses.
So we got an A
Yeah.
so far. Let's see what else.
If you're just going to go through the alphabet, then you can leave again. It's
Yeah,
all
you
right.
can. Yeah.
Get the hell out of
We're
here.
not doing this.
Oh my god.
No, I mean, but really, like, how much of a mind fuck is the infinite universe? You ever
yeah.
just start thinking about it and your head just wants to explode because you can't wrap your brain around
That's
that?
where I give up. I won't give up on masturbating, but I'll
Right,
give up
but
on
I'll,
that.
yeah,
Give up on going to
trying to
space.
wrap
Nope,
your brain
nope.
around the fact that this is.
No, we don't leave the Milky Way. Speaking of which, I got to finish this tug.
Yeah.
I won't go to space, and it won't happen in my lifetime. But I won't go to space until we're at a point where it's
Just
kind of
seems
like
frustrating.
where it's kind of like commercial air flight, like on
Yeah.
Futurama.
Yeah.
Like as ridiculous
That's
as
it.
because
Fast Nine
you're not.
was.
It's not like an adventure, really. I mean,
Yeah.
Yeah,
you're just barely
you're
leaving
floating
the
around.
atmosphere.
There's
Yeah.
nothing to go to.
I mean, like as ridiculous as Fast 9 was, they kind of got the like going into space part
Right.
as much as they could have.
I don't even want to know about that.
Yeah,
Nope,
yeah.
nope.
Just,
Yeah, you can miss me with the
I
Fast Nine talk.
I still
I
have to see that movie.
I don't
Yeah,
think you
you do.
need to see
No,
it at
you
all.
do.
Actually,
It's so
but
much
that's
fun.
just my.
No,
They drive up a drawbridge as it's
listen.
collapsing. It's amazing.
No, it's not.
I need to see that movie so that I can make it known that I want the next movie to be called Fast 10 Your Seatbelts.
I always
said that 2 weeks ago.
I always went with Fast 10 Furious. That was my pick.
That's
No,
brilliant.
fast. It has to be Fast 10. Your seatbelts.
Yes.
If it's not, I'm done with
I'm
Fast
out.
and
Yeah.
Furious. Like
That's the
I
note
want
to
it.
go out on.
Oh my god.
That would be because they're only doing 10, right? Or are they doing more than 10? Jack, what's
They're
the
probably
latest?
going to do
We're
10.
going to get the
Infinity.
next generation in 5 years.
Yeah.
Probably.
Like Paul Walker's kid just magically grew up in in 3 years
Right.
between movies.
Because family. That's
Because
what they're all
family.
about.
John Toretto will have a cameo and he'll be like 70.
You know what?
Yeah.
Here's what I
Fast and
want.
Furious in a
Our
wheelchair.
friend Corey has a,
He's
like a
gonna have-
library
he's gonna
of
have Nos on a wheelchair.
Yeah.
But I'll tell you what, though, because it's going to happen. I think the day that we get a Ghostbusters Afterlife type film for Fast and Furious will be the day like I can't wait for.
Really?
Like, can you
Like the next generation?
Can you imagine that? It's like, oh, my uncle, I inherited this car. It's Dom's fucking Charger in the barn. The final.
Which I don't understand because in that movie, those Chargers are pretty indestructible. I don't know how
Yeah.
Andrew
They're magic.
screwed his
They're
up.
magic. Yeah.
I don't know if you know this.
Andrew
but it's a
drowned his.
confirmed-
Andrew drowned his.
That's how it
But,
happened.
Like Dom can get his shot up, blowed up, and everything else. It's got like
See,
a broken chip
They're
window.
superheroes
Yeah,
now.
I don't
Those
think-
Fast and Furious movies are superhero movies.
I don't think
they
you know
can't
this.
die. They never get injured. The cars survive. It's
Oh,
ridiculous.
100%. But I don't know if you guys know this, but it's been confirmed fact that the Fast and Furious movies are actually sequels to Chitty Chitty Bang Bang. That's why the cars are so indestructible. They're magical.
They
I
haven't
mean,
seen
they
Chitty
have to
Chitty
be,
Bang
right?
Come on, it makes the most sense.
And
It
then
does.
every villain eventually joins the family
That's
after
pretty
they try to
solid
kill
theory.
all
Yeah,
of
I mean,
them.
they didn't even
And
try.
he's-
It's like John
Yeah.
Cena's part. Oh, spoilers. Never mind.
Yeah. Y'all know Charlize is going to join the family in
my
the next
God.
one.
Yeah, exactly. Just like Statham did. He was an
Yeah.
enemy, but now he's
We
a
forgot
friend.
that you tried to kill us for the last 3 movies, but yeah, you're cool now.
Yeah.
So Rails' story became more interesting.
Okay.
Window became sand, and the egg became drugs.
Oh.
Well, good for you.
Interesting.
now he's
and
going
now
through
he's
the
running
alphabet.
down the alphabet
All right, man.
by popular
You live a great
request.
life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, we got an H. Okay.
Do we got an I?
GH.
An I is coming.
Is there going to be an?
There's
nah,
no-
man. It's going to be a derf.
There is no I in cape, but there is an I in pie. I don't
That's
know
true.
what the correlation is, but
There it
we go.
is.
There
We
we
got
go.
H and
We
I.
got an I.
What about a J and a K?
We got now.
J.K.
he's-
Lol.
He's clogging up our comments because I think he's comment competing with some other people. Because we actually had some
Rails,
legit comments.
Do me a
above it.
favor. This is funny, but please stop.
Yeah. We actually you are drowning out other people's comments
Yeah.
that have like words.
Because someone had something about Fast and Furious, but I
Yeah, we
completely
completely
wasn't
missed
able
it.
to see it. Fasten your seatbelts. Coming soon to home streaming services on your device. Yeah, that seems
Yeah,
about
pretty
accurate.
much.
That's already what happened.
Yep.
Fast didn't it come out in online streaming first? Or
No, it's movie theater.
it was
No,
movie
it's in
theater
theaters.
exclusive.
We got a high from who we got?
What was
Sorry, it was a high right there. The red.
Sudrian
stroke.
Mainline. All right. Yeah,
Hello?
cool. What did he
Okay.
say? I will drown words.
That's what he's doing. But
Go home.
You are an
Yeah.
enigma, Rails. I'm
Go home,
fascinated
Thomas
by
Rails.
you.
You're drunk.
Scholars will
Come
write
from-
about you, my
do you
friend.
actually know this Rails
No,
character?
not even
So
a
you
little
really
bit.
don't know this person.
No, I'm assuming he watches like some of my videos and has
I
probably
guess.
commented, but like this is the most entertaining.
Okay, here's my question. Now I'm going to put a question out there for a listener. Does the Rails and Thomas Rails have anything to do with cocaine? Because based on your comments, I get the distinct feeling there's a whole lot of
Or a hard cock.
yeah, maybe. Well, that's what I said. It's a porn name for sure, and he wasn't wild about that.
Oh my god.
But
Uh,
Thomas Rails,
any more
1984. I mean, we all know
He will
cocaine.
drown words.
Well, there is one. It's topical and it's a bit more serious,
Okay.
and I would like your take on it. So, and someone, I'm not going to read it verbatim. It doesn't matter. But someone asked me about thoughts on the Eric Clapton situation because he's been very anti-lockdown in the UK. He actually, I think it was as of yesterday, meaning Thursday, canceled a concert because they wanted proof of vaccination to be able to attend the concert, and he was against that, so he canceled the concert. Now,
Really? It's the first
because of
I've heard this.
anti-lockdown and him not being on board with that, whenever there's controversy with anybody, we're going to bring up whatever controversy there's been in the past, just because we're talking negatively about them and we need
boy,
to
did they
pile on.
find something.
They did, and now it was addressed in there's a Showtime documentary called
It
"Life in
happened
12
the
Bars."
70s, yeah.
It was, so you would be aware of it anyway.
Yeah.
Now he used some racist language on stage. I'm sure you
Colorful.
can. Yeah. And referred to Britain as being a white country, and we basically don't want anybody not white in this country. He was high as fuck. He had a whole lot of drug and alcohol problems in the 70s. Not saying that
This is
forgives
the first
it,
time hearing
Doesn't
of this.
excuse
but
it,
he regrets. Yeah.
I'll pull it up for you.
He
man.
has.
It's a
Oh
great
no,
read.
it is. But we're trying to carry on. We are actually almost 90 minutes in. But he got in this rant on stage. Now he had addiction problems and everything, and he has regretted making those comments and said he was unfortunately semi-racist at the time, which I don't know how you square those two things, because all his heroes were black musicians. That's literally who inspired him to pick up guitar in the first place.
All these
So I
people
don't
that inspired him, all these greats, and we're left with Eric Clapton.
I mean, Eric Clapton was solid for a good long period of time and did a lot of great stuff.
Keyword you said
liked his
was.
stuff. It was. Well, no, I'm being honest. Like, I haven't dug any of his albums in probably the 21st
20
century.
years,
yeah, like maybe I've bought a couple of them, and I just kind of listened to him once and never listened to him again.
Because it's one of those legacy artists that you just kind of support. You
Right.
know what I mean?
Well, then and being a guitar player, obviously, I'm like, Eric Clapton is God, and all that other stuff. Now, here's the thing: if you're watching, here's the big reveal. So, as a white guy, as a honky, my opinion, frankly, doesn't matter. However, would you like to give everybody your genetic breakdown real quick? Because I'd like to know how you feel. Because no, I'm not the target of the comments. Your opinion matters more than mine when it comes to this. I said, do you want to get into something serious and topical? But do you want to share
you
your
honky?
Yeah, that's fine. Doesn't bother me.
Nah. Honestly,
There isn't a lot of violence attached to the word hunky. So
honestly, I'm just.
Where are you at with that? Do you believe because he made these comments?
I've known about this for years. This comes up every time he does something stupid.
Of course.
So at this point,
Well, what did he say? Like,
I mean,
Britain's a white
think
country.
of-
Everybody get out.
think
I've
of the
never
worst
heard
thing.
this. So
No?
this is the first time hearing of it.
Oh.
I
Oh yeah, like
never
this.
went looking for
This
it,
dude
but-
went off in like 70 or 71 on a
yeah.
huge racist epitaph
Right.
of just
Oh, I
horrible,
read it.
horrible
yeah,
things.
like within the past couple.
Oh,
of
okay.
weeks,
And
yeah.
okay, so you just heard about it.
Yeah, so I
Okay.
just heard about it, but yeah.
so.
damn.
I've known about this for a long time, and I mean, to be completely honest with you, yeah, the words suck. And I know that they were said in 1970, different mindset, all that shit.
through the haze of addiction.
Through the haze of addiction.
chemical
But then at the
dependency.
same time,
What brought that on? I know haze of addiction and everything else, but like, what wanted him? Why did he say that? Like,
but that's, you know what? That's also my thing. It's like,
why go?
but you said those words. Like,
Right,
those came out of your
right.
mouth. I
And a
get
lot
it
of
was in
people-
1970,
Right.
but like, you still had enough
Still.
mind to say it.
right.
And then I'm also a firm believer, believer of actions speak louder than words.
Mhm.
And especially with how he's reacted to certain things in the past, COVID and a plethora of other things,
Mhm.
it kind of leads me to believe he still kind of believes that type of shit.
Yeah.
So to be completely honest, like,
Yeah.
You may.
I'm like,
And a lot of people
his
get
actions,
fucked up on drugs and don't say racist shit.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
Like,
So, I mean,
But because
like,
it was
speak for Thomas Rails. He answered yes to your question.
right.
So he's obviously dealt with this shit.
I had a
and
feeling.
he hasn't been racist. He's been fucking hilarious all
Yeah.
night.
There was somebody else.
And he drowned some words and
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's
But
been
he's
great.
all right. He's been harmless.
But as far as Clapton, and also to be completely honest, I don't give a shit about Eric Clapton. I haven't.
And I get
like,
it. I get
And
why.
I mean, I get it. My brother plays guitar too, so there's a certain level of respect. But like, it's not personal respect. I respect you in the sense of a musician. I don't respect you personally.
Right. Well, and that brings up an interesting question, because Andrew and I talked about this earlier in the year, and we revisited it a while back, because I had talked about me having feelings about John Schaefer, the guitarist and founder of Iced Earth, the metal band, was one of the insurrectionists, one of the traitors who stormed the Capitol on January 6th. So obviously everybody quit the band, the label dropped him, all this other shit. And for somebody who believes so firmly that the government was evil, he's now working with the government and copped a plea and is going to out his fellow traitors. So
Mhm.
so much for believing in your cause. But anyway, we already talked about that before, but I said, I have trouble separating the artist from the art. And I kind of want to know how you guys feel about that, because look, it's hard to watch a really good movie and not see Kevin Spacey, because he's been in a lot of really good movies. It's hard to deny how influential Bill Cosby himself was on me. I'm probably never going to watch it again, but there's a part of me, it's just like, wow, that really was important once upon a time, and really
I mean,
was
yeah.
an influential comedy piece. Like, can you guys separate
Not
the artist from the art?
not really.
I
Like
can.
when something happens,
It's a complicated issue. I get why people can.
I can.
Can you?
Yeah.
Yeah, like you're
I don't-
still all in on Mel Gibson, even though he's
Yeah,
clearly
like-
a horrible person.
He's and I won't deny that. Like I won't deny that he's
Well,
probably
I agree.
a piece
I
of
sound
shit
like I'll
person
never
in real
watch
life,
Lethal Weapon again.
but he's one of my favorite actors, one of the greatest actors to ever act
Mhm.
in the world. And
That being said, he's still a shitbag.
right,
And
he's
you
Yes,
can
in
acknowledge
real
that.
life.
well, that's it. Like
but-
I can watch it now. Like I can watch Lethal Weapon and be like, well, he
But I can-
totally sucks as a
yeah.
human being, but these
Yeah.
movies are great.
but I can separate it. And if he has another movie coming out and it looks like I want to watch it, I'm going to fucking watch it. Like I can't be that.
There's a
self-righteous.
stain on it though. Like, well, for someone like
Like-
Bill Cosby, fuck Bill Cosby. I'll never watch or listen to anything he ever did again.
Well,
Fuck.
because they're actual victims. Like
Yeah.
Mel Gibson said some fucked up shit, but
But then
Bill
it's,
Cosby has actual victims.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
mean that whole situation and where that's gone in the last couple of weeks is really fucked up.
it's also same
So-
with like it's unfortunate, but it's also the same with Weinstein. Like there was also
Yeah.
victims in those cases,
Of
and then you
course.
think
Oh,
about
it's uncomfortable. You
then
see
you-
the credits of a movie, direct, like
Yeah.
then you think
executive
about
producer Harvey
all the
Weinstein.
movies he produced and
Yeah.
how all that money went towards that.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
and that's what's unfortunate. I
But
love
I guess
when
how
I
far
see.
do you go with it? Like,
Yeah, but I
Yeah.
love when I see those directors who did work with Weinstein step up to the plate and be like, "I'm sorry." Kevin Smith, for example,
yeah.
he gave up his royalties for all his Weinstein era films and donates them to a women's charity for
That's
female
awesome.
Right,
filmmakers.
which is great.
Right.
And I'm
Yeah.
like, that's fucking cool. I'm not, to be honest, I'm not going to see Tarantino doing that all that much.
Mhm.
I don't know. I know he has a fucked relationship with Weinstein as well. Because
Yeah.
it's he actually just did an interview on Rogan where they were talking about this, and it was like he compared him to the uncle everybody knew was fucked up, and I was like, that's a problem. Like
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
let if you knew that this dude was awful, like you should have said something. You had the power. Like you know who you are. Like, and I'm not dissing Tarantino. It's a thing to be in a position making these movies and not realizing what power you have. Because
Right.
I don't think 90s Tarantino realized the type of power he had that 20s Tarantino has.
And also the idea that like if you're not if you're hearing about this but not actually witnessing any of it, that is a completely different thing. I mean, if you're making a movie, a lot of producers aren't around. I mean,
Yeah.
that's kind of a known thing. A lot of people are in, it's not like Harvey Weinstein was on set every day. I mean, maybe he was in some cases,
Some
but it's like
cases,
in name
you
only
would- you would-
because,
you would hope that Weinstein wasn't on your side.
well, I mean, yeah, but
From the sounds of the stories that I had read about that motherfucker, like if he was on your set, your film was in trouble.
yeah, well, that's it. So you didn't want him around anyway, but the idea like that they were personally involved in it. And if you're not seeing that activity up close, then what are you supposed to, I mean, I realized with that, I mean, he also didn't make anything like literally his name's on a shitload of movies, but obviously the victims and everything, it's all horrible what he did. But yeah, I don't know. I've
But
a
at the same
complicated
time, can
relationship.
you be like, oh, I'm never going to watch him.
Yeah, I'm never gonna watch Kill Bill again. Yeah,
Like,
like
go
it's
through all the
impossible.
movies he
Like you
produced
watch
and be
the
like,
credits,
well,
you're like, oh shit, that's uncomfortable.
like can
Then
never
you
watch
move on
any
it.
of this because he was a shitty person. Like
I'll be honest.
there were
this
still a
is-
lot of wonderful people that worked on those movies, and
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, like,
Right.
how far are you going to go?
I'll be
depending
honest, this is
on-
one of those subjects where it's kind of a weird wave that I'll ride. Because
Mhm.
with some of them, like Cosby, I will never watch anything Cosby related
I agree.
again.
I
But
get it.
then it's the things like Spacey, and Spacey's in one of my favorite movies of all time, and that's Baby Driver.
Yeah.
And I love
Mhm.
anything Edgar Wright. So it's like I'm going to support Edgar Wright, but I'm not at the same time, I'm not supporting Spacey. It's not like these actors get residuals. So it's difficult, but I do think that as audience members, I think we should also hold our people that we admire accountable. I think like we should, like if we see someone we admire, we should be like, hey, and they say something fucked up.
Right.
We should be like, that's not cool. I actually went through a similar situation recently where there's this YouTuber, Victor, that I follow, and I like his stories. I like his stories that he writes, and they're pretty cool. And there's just a mean streak to this dude where like he ended one of his videos with "All Lives Matter," and I was just like, if you really knew what that meant, like I don't think he does. Because I'll read some of his stories or watch them, and I'll be like, you obviously have an understanding, but for you to say that,
Yes.
And
It
nobody,
doesn't make
nobody
any
says
sense.
it actually believes it
you
anyway.
can't square that with
Yeah, I
what-
can't.
Yeah.
your
I can't
messages
do
in
it.
your.
So it's a very weird thing. I mean, with Mel Gibson, I completely understand that. But then I watched that stupid Santa Claus movie he did, and I loved it.
Yeah. See, and I
It's like-
like
Uh,
so for me, like I guess it depends.
I did rent that. I'm not gonna lie.
on who he is, on
It was
who
silly.
he is and what he did. I mean, like, yeah, he said some fucked up shit, but did he murder anyone? Did he, you know?
But yeah, but then
I-
that's also another thing of forgiveness.
Mhm.
When do you
Right.
forgive?
When do you forgive?
What's forgivable?
What's forgivable?
Right.
Like, what did Mel Gibson do in the grand scheme of things? He said some really fucked up shit.
Right.
What did Eric Clapton do in the general scheme of things? He did and said some fucked up shit.
Right.
So, at what point is that forgivable?
Right.
I don't think that's
I mean, I think you have to make that decision for yourself.
exactly.
Yeah, you kinda do.
I don't think that's something that the mass. Sorry, I don't think
Yeah.
that's something that the mass should answer
Mhm.
because if
It's
if
it's on a
we-
case by case basis. Like
Yeah,
if Clapton
exactly,
if Clapton had been a stellar human being
and then
from the 70s up to now, you could be like, okay, he was going through something, and it's not that he can't unsay it,
I'll be
but
honest,
he's evolved as a person, and we can look at it as but he's
I'll be honest.
evolved into a grumpy old man.
I
Unfortunately.
think I would have been more sympathetic if those words had come out like after his son had passed away. To be honest with you, like I'm not an apologist. I'm not
And
an
people are
apologist
like
here.
dragging him, like
Yeah,
bringing his
like-
son up, and I'm like, all right, I know.
Well,
she-
that's
like-
shitty.
that sucks anyway, but that's not like
Like if
nobody
he,
deserves that.
right.
No,
Yeah.
but if he had been a stellar guy,
Same with Bill Cosby's son. Like nobody deserves that.
Right.
You know,
Yeah.
like that was another thing to be like, oh, maybe that's
Yeah, so
why
maybe he
karma
was the-
got his son.
yeah.
It's like, don't say that.
Yeah.
That's
He,
fucked
like,
up.
What happened to his son again?
His son was
his-
murdered. He was carjacked and murdered.
When was that? when was that
Cosby's
Cosby's son. Yeah. Or you talking about Clapton or Cosby?
Cosby.
Cosby, yeah, his son.
Cosby's son was murdered
Ennis
on the
was
Brooklyn
murdered.
Bridge or something like that. I think it was a
What-
carjacking gone wrong. This
Yeah,
was like the
basically.
early 90s.
Oh, okay.
That was
Yeah,
his
and I
own-
think it
that
was the
his only
2000s.
kid,
I
too,
remember where I
so
was working at the time. It was like
Yeah.
2004-ish.
It was a big deal.
Maybe. No, it was. And it's like, don't bring that stuff up. But I mean, I get maybe being in the emotional state. And look, clearly he was altered in the 70s. He was notorious for having drug and alcohol problems. I mean, that's why he opened up rehab centers since.
But then also you
But-
look at all the good, and then like you
Well,
also
and
have
that's
to weigh
it.
that.
Like the Chappelle joke about Cosby, you know, the whole thing in that thing is just like he saves more than he rapes. Like, how do you measure like all the people he put
Right.
through college and all the other things? It's like
But then also
there's
what's
a
the-
lot. Like it's blurry. I mean, it doesn't excuse the bad shit, not at all.
So
But-
then here's where it gets weird for me. What happens when it's the accused and then they're acquitted? Like that's what happened with Spacey, and I
Right.
use air quotes because some people went missing in that case. Like some people died,
Right.
and that's why it didn't happen.
Right.
So like
Mm.
it's
I mean,
innocent until proven guilty. And I understand that with the rise of cancel culture, it's so easy to be like,
right.
oh, he did and said those things. Fuck him.
hmm
But at the same time, you still have to take everything with a grain of salt. I would hope that anything someone tells me, it would just be like, hey, are you certain you mean that?
Mhm.
Not necessarily like questioning or not believing in anybody. That's not the case at all. If someone came up to me and was like, something happened between one of my best friends and a girl,
Mhm.
I'd be like, I'd immediately go to my friend and be like, what the fuck happened?
Yeah.
I would hear her out and then try and figure out what goes on.
Right.
But like in cases where it's legally acquitted,
Mhm.
Right.
should he then be allowed to continue to work, or like presenting the question to the panel? Because I don't even have an answer.
No, I
to
get it.
this.
Well, it's like the Johnny
Because
Depp
a
thing
lot of this
that's
stuff
happening
is-
right now. Like Johnny Depp's accused of these things and
Mhm.
has countersued, as you know, and he was dropped obviously from some jobs and
And
things
a lot
like
See,
of
that.
with that
And
case
it's-
though, like the things don't line up on her end, and that's what
no,
I hate to admit.
I don't believe her.
And
I think she's
There are a
nutty.
lot of reports of her being violent.
Yeah,
no,
I don't
there
know.
there
Yeah.
are.
There are
like,
a
there-
lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like the idea that he was slamming cabinets. I'm like, well, that doesn't show he's a horrible,
But,
abusive person.
here's the thing though. I think they were both very toxic for each other.
Oh, without a doubt.
I think-
yeah, that was a
because I
bad
think-
combination.
I think Johnny was also going through some shit around that time. I think
His mother died. I think it was when his mother died.
that's also confirmed
yes.
because I think he also sought help during this time for some
Mm.
either alcohol or drug thing. But combine that with someone who has a record of being horribly abusive, because I think one of Amber Heard's ex-girlfriends came out was like, she's awful.
Right.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I like
And a lot of this kind of stuff can't be proven or disproven.
exactly.
Well, and
Like,
that's,
and like
that's
you
the other
don't
thing. It
know.
gets
These
muddy.
incidents that might happen in a bedroom, like what evidence are you going to present in a court of law,
Right.
especially from 30 years ago, that to prove that this actually happened or didn't happen? You really you can't in so many of these cases. But
that's why for a lot of people it's so easier to just support than question. Because if you question, then it's like, oh, you're just a misogynist. You're an asshole. You don't care about these people that were hurt. No, that we've always asked questions. That's
right.
That's human nature.
Investigate, of course.
Right. Yeah.
Investigate every accusation.
Well,
that's it. It's
like we still believe that this, like, there's a part of the person that made the accusation that there is pain. I want to know what's up there. Like, are they like make sure they're good, but still also have the question and know how to be like.
Before you ruin somebody's life without being able to prove something.
I mean,
and that goes for every side with everybody,
right?
Totally. And I'm still gonna sit here and be like, believe women, because I do. Like, they
should be listened to.
They should be listened to, and there should be an investigation.
I'm not saying don't believe them. I'm saying take
yeah.
accusations seriously.
Take accusations,
but
more
not
seriously.
as the word of like this is absolutely what happened because men can't be trusted. I don't like that element of.
There's got to be a line somewhere where
society.
if you're going to ruin somebody's life,
right?
I mean,
like
investigate and provide proof as much as you can. Like
we're getting into a serious
testimonials from people that
you asked the damn question.
I know, I did. I mean, we've done a rabbit hole. It's like
it's fucking complicated, and
it is. I know there's no easy
we're
answer.
complicated, and we're four assholes on a podcast. So
like what do we know?
Yeah,
honestly,
are you still listening to us right now?
we have some people.
More people than were before tuning in because they're like waiting for someone to say something fucked up. It's like,
what did Real say?
It's like cancel them.
He puged his headphones into a Hornsby Thomas. And I hear puffing noises.
Okay.
I think
lots of spelling errors. He's he's fucked up.
So what does that last one say from Joel? Because it looks like he's got a dip.
So I got to bounce down now because of the conversation, but because of some recordings, I need to finish putting together. Y'all have a good night now, and happy birthday, Jack.
Happy birthday, Jack.
Thanks, Joel.
Thank you, Joel.
Appreciate that. Thanks for tuning in.
Joel has helped write some of the better songs I've written. Like he'll come in and save like entire songs for me.
Cool.
So Joel's good people.
Well, thanks for showing up, Joel. Thanks to everybody who's showing up and
you.
watching. Honestly, really,
even you rails, man. Like you provided the comedy of the evening.
Yeah, you're down, and you named the show. Congratulations, Cape 177 has its name because of you. So you'll always have that. if you want that to be in your obit one of these days, not to turn it back to the morbid, but hey, feel free. It's like I once made a comment about an egg, and a podcast.
Here lies his egg.
Lead for kids. That's what he says.
There we go.
Okay.
Yeah.
I guess that's my channel in a nutshell.
Sure.
Sure, why not? I'm
all right.
So in trouble with YouTube now.
Yeah.
YouTube's
Sorry,
like,
They're like, you talked about race. You talked about you cursed a lot.
But
there's some copyright violations based on the countdown.
But
and,
to simplify, fuck Eric Clapton. Because I don't find him relevant.
I can't be mad about it if you're saying that. But again, and honestly, your opinion matters more than mine in this case because his words didn't hurt me. I think it's horrible that he said this decades ago, and what he's doing now, I think is just stupid.
I don't think you should disregard your opinion that much. I understand the broader term of disregard it because I'm black, you're white. Right. But at the same time, I care what your response is because I don't want you. I don't want you.
I think there's a shitty human being under there, and it's been revealed gradually, despite all the things I can appreciate and respect about Eric Clapton.
And that opinion matters to me because then I could trust you. If you were to be like, I don't know, Clapton seems like a nice guy. What a big deal?
So he was loaded.
Then I'd have a problem with your response. That's.
We all know about Britain, right? Right? What do you mean? Maybe we don't know. Why don't you tell me? No, I'm not. I'm not excusing it. But someone asked me that because guitar player and.
Yeah, fair
Clapton
enough.
fan and everything. Let's put it this way. I saw Clapton once in 2003 in concert, and I have a t-shirt. I don't know if that's going to be coming out of the closet anytime soon, and I don't think I'll be wearing it around because I'm just not crazy about his attitude in terms of COVID and vaccination and lockdown and all the other shit. It's like
other
I know it really is, but I'm not crazy about that. But when you bring up all this other stuff, which I had known about because I saw the documentary however many years ago when it first came out on Showtime, it's like, that's weird and that sucks. And it also doesn't jive with but look at all his heroes. All his heroes were black musicians. So kind of weird if he actually did feel this way. It almost didn't make sense. It's like, was that a drug inebriation infused?
Who we're stuck with.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
We could have had Hendrix. But we
I
got
know.
Clapton.
Well, that's what people say. Like, what do you think Jimi Hendrix would be doing right now? It's like the same as everybody else. Like, does anybody talk about Clapton? I mean, aside from this, Eric Clapton or Jeff Beck or anybody else from that generation, like they're not held in the esteem that they were during their heyday. So like Jimi Hendrix would be like, oh yeah, he's like 80 now. No one would be talking about Jimi Hendrix. They talk about him now because he's been dead for decades.
No,
And because
I
he
think-
never had the chance to suck. It's the same thing with Pantera. It's the same thing with Nirvana. There's a lot of people who their
Didn't
careers were
have
cut
it.
short and they never had a chance to suck.
Yeah.
Everybody goes through the suck period. Any band that lasts for decades, everybody has the period of suck. Same Amy Winehouse, because the anniversary of her death is here. It's like
I was
she never
about
got
to
a
say,
chance to suck. Sorry, and I'm not excusing. I'm just saying it's easy to hold them in high regard. Like Nirvana never had the
Right.
period where
They
it's
come
just
out
like
of the
this.
gate hot and then
Yeah.
career
Yeah.
ends.
It's like this album is dog shit. Like Nirvana had never had that, so Kurt
Did
Cobain is
Did
sainted
Cobain
forever.
even have any solo material?
I mean, there's probably some in an archive somewhere,
Who
some
knows?
stuff, some
I
home
don't
recordings that never went to Nirvana, but everything was released under Nirvana.
That's
Yeah.
wild.
So yeah, it's like Hendrix, same thing. Like there's archive stuff that's getting released, and then nobody holds it in the same regard as Foxy Lady. It's just like, hey, Hendrix puts out like 3 archive releases a year, the Hendrix estate.
I remember
So
when they,
I just don't know that he would be relevant either now. Everybody likes to hold them, because he's been dead for so long and he died so young and all the
I think-
potential.
I think with guitars like Hendrix, I'm so sorry. With like Hendrix,
easy.
it
More
was-
tacos. More tacos.
I'm not going to eat on there anyway.
Oh.
But I
Let's
think,
wrap it up. So you
I
can
think with Hendrix in particular, I feel like because of how many people have held him in such high regard,
Mhm.
I think it would have been a little different.
Let me ask you this, because this is interesting. So I was listening to, I'm a big fan of Doc Coyle's podcast. Good Jersey boy, Doc Coyle, formerly of God Forbid, currently of Bad Wolves. Maybe I'll get him on the show. Hey, Doc, let's do an interview. Let's talk, Doc. Get on the show. He's another Jersey to LA transplant. He sold out, moved to LA too. But anyway, he's mixed race. His father's white and his mother's black. And he was interviewing Tosin Abasi. Do you know who he is? If I mentioned his name. Animals as Leaders, did the music for Bill and Ted Face Music, was a guitar player for that. Okay. Andrew knows who he is. You guys, maybe not. Whose parents are Nigerian. So they were talking about, obviously, a lot of issues about race. And yeah, there's a part of me that wants to hear the perspectives because I want to know, because I don't have those same perspectives based on, the experience of my life. And in talking about Jimi Hendrix, they said Hendrix was so good and so popular, it almost supplanted the fact that he was black. Like he's almost surpassed that. Do you think
Doesn't
that's true?
Yeah.
I'm just curious because
No,
it's something I
that's
just heard a couple of
that's-
days ago, and I was like,
That's
yeah.
a good point because you don't. Because with
there's a point where it's not even a factor.
Yeah, like
And I think
because with
Hendrix is in
Hendrix, it's
group.
his music so firmly spoke for itself
Mm.
that it did kind of surpass that, especially at the time when he would sell out shows, and that's in the mid '60s
Yeah.
for a black performer. That's crazy.
Mm.
So, yeah, I believe that to be I believe that to be true.
Okay.
I
I thought that was really interesting.
That
Because
is
we're on the
really-
let's talk about a guitarist who's held in high regard and
better
who didn't say a bunch of fucked up shit. Yeah, I thought that was really interesting, and I was like, you know what? I think there is something to that, because when you talk about people talk about Jimi Hendrix, the fact that he was black kind of doesn't come up too much.
No,
And I'm like, yeah, I think so. I think he transcended that at a point. I thought that was really interesting. So I
and then
thought I'd
there are
ask
the
you about
other
it.
ones who, and it's not like a bad thing, who just firmly were black and proud. And like, of course, every artist is in a certain sense, but sometimes there are just the few whose music is just like that it's like,
Yeah.
oh man. For me, another one like that is Ray Charles.
Yeah,
Like
I see that.
because that they even showed it in his story in his movie. I know it was a little more exaggerated, but it was like he would sell out shows of audiences of all colors, all sizes.
Oh yeah,
and no one would care. No one would care. It's just the music.
Yeah.
The music spoke.
Oh, I've some relatives who even these days lean a little further to the right than I wish they would. But they used to go see Ray Charles every time he came through. When he played in New York, they were there back in the day.
The
And it
simplest-
wasn't even a thought. Like, I mean, I'm lucky in that, my family doesn't have,
Isn't it
racists in
crazy
it.
that some people are trying to go backwards with that shit
It
now?
really is.
Like,
It
that's-
really is.
It's
But
so wild to me.
it's
Like how
I agree
how
with the
the
transcending
fuck-
for him.
how the fuck did Texas try to pass a rule that was Hey, you don't
Jack,
have
crack
to,
open another beer because
you don't have
we're getting
to-
heady.
I'm so sorry. This is your birthday stream.
Yeah, Jack's like, this is not what I
I'll
want.
help you.
I did not
We
want to
got
talk
through
about
3. That's pretty good.
race relations
Yeah.
on my
This'll-
birthday.
this'll
My
be-
It's not your
bladder's-
birthday anymore.
This
My
will-
bladder's like, please go get this out of here.
Oh, then go to the bathroom.
I will be
Christian's
right
got a
back.
soapbox to climb on. Go
No,
ahead, dude.
you're good. I'm done.
You are?
Yeah.
Well, we can't close out with a sing-along with 2 people go to the bathroom. Let's continue to riff.
All right, I'll riff for a minute. You guys go. Go
Yeah,
for
exactly.
it.
Sorry, they're bailing out because we've been going for 2 hours now.
Oh my god! But
It's just us, dude. Let's do a duet. Now let's flex.
Just the two of us. We can make it if we try. Just the two of us. This is a horrible thing that's going to offend your Just
mother.
the two of us. But no, man. I mean, but it's just wild to me because Texas recently tried to pass a thing that was like, oh, teachers, you don't have to teach kids that the KKK was morally wrong.
I did see that.
What? Are you serious?
I know. It's stuff you thought we were past. I did too. I'm
Like-
like, we're past this, right?
Like that was a thing that I like. Was it just accidentally left in there? And
Mhm.
nope, someone tried to pass that.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, how do you not see? Like, how do you not tell? How do you tell a teacher to tell her students? Or how do you tell
Well,
a
how do you-
teacher
how do you
to
tell a
not
teacher to-
teach the right way?
Well, not even that. Just to be like, you don't need to say they were bad. Even just to put that out there. Like, you don't need to say the KKK is full of horrible people. Subhumans.
Oh
I
my
mean,
gosh.
it's like the idea that it's no, you don't need to talk about that. That's crazy to me.
Yeah,
I really, really don't understand, and I'm not for it. No,
that's
the
one of
KKK
those
is
things
terrible.
that really
Cape taking a controversial stance on the KKK. They're
Yeah.
horrible.
That's the controversy.
They're horrible.
People. But yeah, were
So-
there any more questions, man? Because I at least
I
want to
mean,
get back to them with like something that's not on a high
You
box.
wanna-
here.
well, I mean,
You opened this fucking can of worms.
I did. Well,
You
that's
could
why I
ask
said
me about puppies and rainbows, man, and I would have given you an equally great answer. See?
you're for them. You're
Yeah,
in
I'm
favor
for
of
the
puppies and
any
rainbows.
questions from the fucking
I
Rose
got,
Gallery
all right, well,
online?
there is another one
Sure.
that I didn't get to. Literally one more. When's the last time you slammed a door in anger?
I used to. I try not
Okay.
to now.
So you don't recall circumstance?
No, I do recall moments of like they're more personal stuff, but
I gotcha.
I used
So much for
to.
positive.
I've
For a
never.
better impression.
I'll be honest. I've never punched a hole in a wall, and I have friends who used to do that so on the regular that they would have to learn how to
did.
drywall.
I accidentally did that once. In a moment of frustration, but I just went to like hit the wall, and I was leaning up against. I just went like this, and my fist went through it. I was
See,
like, oh, shit.
I would have laughed in moments like that. Like,
Well, I was a kid, so I was just like, I'm gonna get the fuck beaten out of me. So there was a point where I was like, oh my god, what have I done?
See, I find it's like there are moments where I look back now and I laugh about
Yeah.
how fucking funny it was. Where
We're
I was
back.
so mad. Hey,
Yeah,
we
the other
got
guys are back.
When was the last time, if you
I
did?
made my own live stream in the bathroom.
Ah.
Wah, wah.
So he was asking, when was the last time you slammed a door out of anger?
Yeah, do you guys remember?
Oh.
Last time I slammed a door out of anger.
Because I'll be honest, I've tried to be better,
Mhm.
so I've really made it a conscious effort not to like
Gotcha.
slam things, and I've also done this because I watched a friend leave his car so angrily that when he slammed the door, it shattered the window.
Oh,
man.
So I
That's
was just
serious.
like, I never want to be that angry.
No.
Oh, that's a lot.
Never.
That's a lot.
I mean, definitely sometime in the last year. 'Cause it's
I'm sure it
been a
was during
hard year.
Past
quarantine.
couple of
Yeah,
months.
I'm sure it happened during quarantine. I must
Past
have
couple
done.
months with like
Isn't
Yeah.
it wild how
Yeah.
shitty you feel from just slamming a door?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's why I was like, that's a good question too.
Yeah.
I mean, I didn't know if we
'cause
were.
I mean, whatever it is, like most assuredly, I'm overreacting about
Yes.
whatever it is.
That's why you're gonna
make me
die
do
first.
something like that.
I'm
Yeah.
kidding.
I
I had to bring
Yeah.
it back up again. We
Yeah.
can't be like, I'm just really angry. 2020 was a really
slamming doors. That's
emotionally-
why he's going to die first.
All right,
This fucking guy
here's
used to
my
let off
question from user submitted, not actually user submitted.
Okay.
So,
For-
puppies or kittens?
Puppies.
I'm like, thank you. I'm among sane
Yeah.
people.
yeah, puppies.
I'm allergic to cats. I usually they don't like me anyway,
Kittens
so I don't
is
like
cute.
them
Yeah.
either.
I just don't like claws that are retractable.
Same.
Right.
I like
That-
a cat.
You lose me at the
That's right.
retractable class.
Yeah.
You don't even. No, you don't, Jack.
Yeah,
like
you don't
that
even-
cat.
you don't
And
even-
I'm
Stop
not
it.
and I'm not an inhumane asshole that'll declaw them. So
I'm
no,
not a
no
pet
kittens
guy.
for me.
So like I could live without pets for the rest of my life, to be honest.
Okay,
with you.
that's a fair answer.
Yeah.
But you'd prefer dogs, given that
Yes.
if like gun to your head, you have to pick a pet.
Sure.
It's a puppy.
Yeah.
Okay.
I know we're probably heading towards the tail end of this show before
A
you
little
do
bit.
your sing along. But this will be something that I'm curious just for
Okay.
my audience because I'm coming from people who used to watch like Thomas and stuff. Like, what was your like favorite kids show growing up? Like that was absolutely for children. But
Thomas
you loved it so much. Really?
I love Thomas. I had the little Ertl action figure.
You had the Ertl toys?
Yeah, I might still
Holy
have
shit.
them. I had two
Boing,
Thomases.
yeah, yeah,
I
yeah.
had a Percy. I had the trade
If
cars.
you still got them, I'll buy them.
Now
from
it's
you.
my chance to space out.
I might.
That was after my
not
time.
I will
even-
sell you one of my Thomases.
I will.
You
buy
better
it.
give him the top. Stop it. This kid is too good to us. You give him that Thomas.
But-
Sell him.
Why don't you make me?
Oh, I will.
Yeah, give me your fucking
I will.
Thomas toys.
Well,
Yes,
Yeah.
yeah, like-
Oh, it's like that.
Yeah.
Oh. Doesn't really work.
If you ever want to get hugged again, you'll hand over that
honestly
Percy.
might have them, and I will take a look and see if I can find them.
Oh, that's because that's so cool.
Hey, they're worth a lot of money.
Fuck.
No, I'm
No,
serious.
yeah,
No,
probably.
I mean, that goes
Nope.
up- No, I loved Thomas through probably like 6 years old.
What year was this?
I was born in '85, so I caught all the.
You caught the early years, so you had
yeah.
Carlin and
the Ringo and the George Carlin. I watched them on PBS.
So did you watch Shining Time?
Yes,
Ah, there you
love
go.
Shining
Now-
Time Station.
So when Thomas came over from the UK, the shows were so short that they had to package them into a whole
What's
other
so
show.
goddamn funny?
This
No,
fucking
no.
show is going to be 3 hours now.
No,
You guys think you think you can talk
I'm
Muppets?
done.
You have
I'm
somewhere
done.
to be?
No, I'm done. But
I know you do. You
Bed.
gotta go to bed.
That was-
you have somewhere to be.
that was
I could be
literally
back
Grab a
4
taco
hours.
and a beer and
Fuck
shut the
you,
fuck
man.
up.
I have
Really.
to-
How about
I
that?
have to be up in 4 hours too, but I'm here on the fucking
I
Chris
know you
Aballo
show up.
podcast
I know you
experiment.
You gotta be up in 4 hours.
Yes, I do.
For
I have
what?
to be back here for an 8 a.m. podcast.
Who the fuck podcast?
What
at
about
8
like
in the morning?
bridges or something? Like
No, framing.
God.
Oh, you can sleep through that shit. Even if you don't intend
just
to.
press the button and let them.
Fuck
Yeah.
you, George. I don't want to do your podcast.
Framing what? A
Man,
person?
I'm just kidding.
Man,
George.
you
You're
get
good
7
people.
tacos in this kid, and he'll go off. He
I'm
doesn't
just
need
kidding.
Dos Equis.
Nah, I'm playing with you,
Ay, ay, ay.
George. George is good
Podcasting
people.
At 8 in the morning, though. Like
George
8
is
in the
good
morning.
people.
Like who's like? I mean, aside from like AM radio, aside from Howard Stern, like who the hell is like? I'm gonna get up and talk at 8 in the morning.
About
This dude's
frames.
Saturday.
This
Well, there are
dude's a
people on,
family guy.
on
This is-
radio.
This dude's a family man.
Radio. Yeah.
This dude's a family man, so I'm assuming it's just this is the
I
time
get it,
he's
but it's like a
available.
Saturday morning. I'm gonna go podcast. It's just a weird.
Well,
I mean, I'm not
Saturdays-
shitting on it.
Weekends are for the kids, so I'm
Yeah, I
I'm
guess.
assuming it's like
He's gonna put on.
all right, fine.
He's gonna put
I
on some Shining Time and then come
I
here
got
and do
some
the show.
dirty ass YouTube videos to
But
watch.
no,
tomorrow
man,
You're gonna be like,
morning.
can I hang out with your kids? While you do the show, I'll set the equipment up and you just go and go.
but yeah, kid show.
I
go.
gotta watch
The kids show that I
Master-
was into older than I should have been,
not older than you should.
or no, just
like,
in general.
yeah.
Oh,
like,
I was
that
about to make a revelation, so fuck that. No,
go for it. What was the revelation?
Lamb Chops play along.
Oh,
I was
no,
like,
lamb
shit.
chop.
I was like-
I love lamb chop.
I was
too.
like 10 and watching that show. No, I don't think that's necessarily too old.
I was watching it at the
No.
same time as you were then.
I
'cause
bet
was
you
6
were
years
because you were in
old.
diapers.
Yeah.
That's why.
I loved lamb chop.
I did too. Well, obviously, puppet fan. That's no surprise.
Listen, I
and
have-
it was on in the window between when I got up to go to school and when I had to leave for the bus. It was what was on, aside from some network morning show bullshit.
Yeah.
So, like it was the only.
Hey,
kids
everybody
program
want to
that
watch
was on.
Regis? Like,
No.
I loved Regis Philbin growing up. I was sad when he died.
I don't care.
That wasn't
Anyway,
a cartoon.
Yeah.
Kathy Lee was a cartoon.
That's not a kid show. Wow. Woo. Jack with the hot
Jack
take.
is
Open
brutal.
up another beer.
Yeah.
What about you, man?
Tiny Toons I never missed for me.
Looney Tunes
Looney
was
Tunes?
was my big start. Fond memories of that
Yeah.
being the-
Bullshit. I watched that till I was like 12.
Yeah, no, yeah, so did
I
I.
still
For-
do.
I
watch
watched it on
Looney Tunes.
HBO Max when I got it. I'm like, this is the
Same. All the Looney Tunes
It's
are
And
on
when
the
I was
best.
young and I had like a bedtime, it would be the last thing I would watch before bed. That was always the routine. It'd be
Nice.
on at like 8:00, and then after that, it was bedtime. And
best. So it's like now.
so it's like now, yeah.
Yeah.
So I watch Looney Tunes and then I go to bed now. Yeah,
Oh my god.
I mean, I would do that.
at 8:30.
No, that was like I had shows like I never missed Tiny Toons. Tiny Toons was and
Tiny
that,
Toons
that
was
show
the
holds up.
shit.
That's still a
I
really
love
funny
Tiny Toons
show.
was great.
I mean, I watched all the Saturday morning cartoons, including Bugs and Daffy show or whatever it was.
Yeah.
Obviously, all the Peanut stuff. I watched
the
everything.
compilation
everything Snoopy.
shows, where
Where they would put
together.
together, the old shorts in like
Yeah.
it'd be like 45 minutes of shorts, know,
With,
with like an hour
with, like,
block, but
2
commercial.
How I
minutes
spent my
of
summer
new
vacation
animation.
is still good. Still funny as hell.
You
Noelle
know
and I
that
watched
movie
that
was
last
supposed
year.
to go to theaters.
What?
That movie was that and Wacko's Wish were all supposed to go to theaters.
I believe
And
it, but
then-
that was like that was all anybody talked about when we came back to school that fall was Tiny Toons, how I spent my summer vacation. We were
Loved
all
it.
like, oh my God, how funny was that? Because it was like a 6-episode, it was an hour and a half movie.
I will
Yeah.
never forgive Spielberg for that decision. I would have loved to have seen a Tiny Toons movie in
Oh,
theaters.
yeah.
Because
I mean, they
he
should-
was the one who was like, it should go direct to video.
Somebody
Spielberg.
should put it on. We should, maybe we'll do that. Maybe we'll do that at like alternate ending or Smodcastle. We'll do a screening.
Screening of
I
how
love-
I
I
spent my
mean,
summer
if
vacation.
anyone's going to do it, it could be the nerds from Chris Aballo's podcast experiment. So-
alternate endings
Yeah.
do it. They do it.
No, Hampton.
But the only reason I ask is because those shows, it's so
There's
funny
a
when
car.
you realize
There's a car. There's a car. There's a car.
it's so funny when you realize
game.
how much impact that they have on you as a
Oh
person.
God, yeah.
And then you look back and I'm like, oh my God, these are all written by stoners who all had nothing better to do.
And voiced by them too.
And voiced by them.
Voice
Like-
actors are weirdos. Let me tell you.
There's a clear difference between the generation of people who were raised on the shows that you all listed, and a clear difference between the kids who were raised on shit like Yo Gabba Gabba.
Yeah.
And I
Yeah.
here's the thing, I enjoy that show, but like I had college friends who would actually watch it unironically.
Wow.
So I was like, why? What was the hype? And then I watched it. And I was like, oh, it's a whole acid trip.
It makes
Yeah.
sense.
It's literally a whole acid trip. And
Yeah.
but yeah.
It was unironic, but it was also unconscious.
Yeah.
Plus, any show that had the audacity, the
Yeah.
wonderful audacity to put Biz Marquee front and center.
That's true.
Rest
That's the
peace
guy
to
we'll
Alexis.
see on bootleg T-shirts at the Jersey Shore next summer.
Yeah. So what are you playing us out on, my friend?
Well, I was thinking we got to sing along with something Jack likes. So
tell us one of your favorite songs.
Always something. Unless your mother wants another shitty version of Living After Midnight.
Absolutely not.
Surprise me. I got nothing to think of at this time of night.
I'll whip my cock out. You want to be surprised? But
Please don't do
That's
that.
not surprising
no,
either.
That's a horrible idea.
Like that's never happened before.
Don't do that.
It hasn't
Yeah, I'm
actually.
trying.
to my recollection.
Probably mic this up. I don't know. What do you like? It's got to be something from the '80s, right? Probably.
Sure.
Is it
Give me
something-
some.
I
There's a lot
can't
of
go for
songs.
that. Yacht Rock.
Oh,
You-
fuck. Yes, you do.
What the fuck's wrong with Hall & Oates?
Everything
A
is
couple
wrong
things.
with Hall & Oates.
Fuck you. There's nothing wrong with Hall & Oates.
There's a lot.
whole can of
House
worms here.
bottles.
Yeah, sure.
You want to hear funny? Did I tell that story when we did the show about Uber and
Yeah.
driving?
You make my
I did.
dreams come.
That's all with that. I did okay really quickly because that show was from last year.
I'm a big 80s music fan and I fucking hate all notes.
Fuck you guys. Hall & Oates is great.
No, they're not. Blue Eyed Soul, my fucking balls. All
I
right.
can't go for that. No.
Listen, there was
Can
okay, so
do.
here's I'll give the shorter version because I've told this story before. But I was Uber driving to LA and I used to have like one of the stations on was it K Earth, and they would play like the hits from like 70s and 80s,
Mhm.
and sometimes the occasional like modern hit like a Maroon 5 song or something. But anyway,
Mom rock.
yeah, more or less. Well, that's yeah. So, but it's songs everybody knows, or they would play like "Sweet Child of Mine" because it's the most mild Guns N' Roses song.
Yeah.
So I would have the station on, and I would switch over to like I forget what the other thing was. If something horrible like Hall & Oates came on, so I'm driving this couple.
You're testing his
They
patience.
must have been in their late 20s, early 30s. This is a couple of years ago, so I was in my mid 30s,
Mhm.
and I was very adept at driving and switching the station when something horrible came on. So whatever good song that was playing ended on K Earth, and I heard the first two notes of "You Make My Dreams Come True," and I immediately just wow, like a fucking ninja, hit another preset on my radio station. And the guy that obviously it's this couple that was on a date, and they were in the back seat. He was like, "Wow, you were quick to turn that off." I was like, "Yeah, well, look, nobody likes Hall & Oates. Come on, like I don't want
Clearly, people like Hall & Oates. You fuck.
Well, hang on. So
Name
so
your
the
five
woman
favorite Hall & Oates songs.
he
right
will
now.
no stop it. He's a music nerd. He'll do it.
Do
Let's
it.
not. We've run way too long
No,
already.
do it. It's my goddamn birthday. Right?
All right,
Red eyes,
That's
they're
actually-
watching you.
Philly Forget Me Not. I can't go for that. Rich Girl. You Make My Dreams Come True. And what the fuck was the one I was just listening to the other day?
The only one I can
Private
tolerate is
Eyes.
Everything Your
Private
Heart
Eyes.
Desires. That's
probably
the only
Private-
thing I can
No,
tolerate.
it was
Sarah
a
Smile?
beak.
Sarah
Yeah.
Smile. Okay.
It was that one.
All right. So this comes from an informed place, mind you. So don't act like I'm just
Okay, that's
pulling
fair
shit.
though, because we all have artists that we dislike for a variety of reasons. Like for example, I can never listen to All Star again, and I literally cannot tell. No, I can't listen to. I can't. No, I can't listen to Smash Mouth anymore. I like even unironically, just because I found out how shitty of a person the lead singer
Oh yeah,
is.
well that's
So
yeah.
I literally can't
There's
even
a
tell
joke
that
about that
story
in Rick
on
and
air
Morty
because it's
recently.
that bad.
right.
About
So-
the Smash Mouth.
Well,
If it's an experience like that, I understand it.
Well, here's what happened with this woman. So I said, yeah, nobody likes Hall & Oates. Like that's why I turned it off. And the woman goes, I like Hall & Oates. I said, no, you don't like Hall & Oates. You think you like Hall & Oates because you know the song. So you hear a song that you know, and your brain says, oh, I like that because I know the words and I can sing along with it. I was like, but you don't actually like it.
You were the cab driver in this scenario.
I was the Uber driver. Yeah.
See,
so
Uber
here's
driver.
hang on. Hang on.
And
so
this is like some psycho shit. Like
she
he was like, I know you better than you know yourself.
Yeah, I was just like,
Yeah.
listen, you don't actually like the song. You know, it's familiar. So in your head, you're like, oh, I know this song. So for some reason, you've attached enjoyment to it. And I said, like, you don't actually like this song. She's quiet for like a 3 Mississippi. And then her response, which is perfect, was, my mom likes Hall & Oates. I don't want to be like my mom. And I was like, bravo. I turned her.
Yeah, you should send this into like Psychology Today. It's like, I convinced this woman that she just knows Hall & Oates. Doesn't like
the
Hall &
song's
Oates.
familiar. You don't
You're
like the song.
awful. You're an awful person.
No,
You don't
that's
mean
a
that.
service.
I believe
No,
you.
I don't.
I
I'm just
believe
being
you used to say,
serious.
I know that. I know.
No,
you can't disrespect
that's
the host.
so mean.
And he got a
I
big
was
tip
right.
because he made her realize that she doesn't want to be like her mom.
I did. Oh, homeboy was laughing. The guy who was with her was just, he thought it was great. He must have fully agreed because he didn't mind.
Oh my
He was like,
God.
hey, why'd you change the station? He was
she
all
had like
for
an,
it.
an epiphany.
She did. She was like, my mother likes all this. I don't want to be like my mother. It
You
was,
know,
it was an awesome moment.
This is why this is fucked for me because my dad was a musician. My mom
Yes.
my mom manages artists and stuff like that. I literally grew up listening to I Can't Go For That in like the car seat. So I used to love that song. But then
That is my MO when it comes to Hall & Oates. Can't go for that.
Fuck you, first off. Second,
You can't go for that
So,
at all.
but like, I don't know what it is, but like I guess lately it's been in the water. Just people have just not liked Hall & Oates anymore.
Oh, it's been in the water for a long time.
But like, I
It's
didn't know
adult
this. I
education
didn't know
9
this
times a
wasn't
day
a
on
thing.
80s on 8 on Sirius XM. You'll
Because-
fucking hate them too.
Because I
I
was
hate that
actually
goddamn
just
song.
talking to my mom today about Hall & Oates. This is why I'm so passionate about this. She was like, yeah, she was hanging out with all her white friends, and she was like, all they kept doing was blasting yacht rock, Hall & Oates, and I was just like, but you like Hall & Oates.
Listen,
She's like,
I
"Not that
enjoy a
much."
good yacht rock, and I fucking hate Hall & Oates.
Yeah,
and I will
he
turn
loves
that
him
shit
some
off.
yacht rock.
I don't know, man.
But if it's
I
the
like
last-
Hall & Oates.
I don't know. If it's the last thing he does, he's going to convince you just know Hall & Oates.
Fuck
And you
off.
don't even like that.
You know that's a solid argument.
Yeah.
You know it is.
I do.
You know it is.
I know
You
it's.
do.
I
Even if
do.
it's years from
can't
now,
get
Christian
mad.
will be like,
But I still like the songs.
Chris was right.
No, you won't. You just apparently you hear them too much. That's why.
No, I
If you
genuinely
go-
enjoy.
If you
I
go
Can't
on like
Go
a
For
Hall
That.
& Oates fast. Go like a year without listening to Hall & Oates.
I
Come
do.
back to it,
It's
you'll be
Impossible.
like,
They're fucking
this is-
everywhere.
Well, I know. It's yeah.
Really?
Cancel
Oh,
see,
80
I
stations. It's like it's the
Well,
only
hang on.
artist that ever
All
mattered.
Jack listens to is 80 stations. It's just like this weekend's the 1986 countdown,
I
the top
fucking-
200 songs. And so
Notice I keep doing this.
that's what
I love the shit out of my
countdowns.
countdowns.
My
This
voice
weekend's
carries, don't worry
1987.
about that.
it does.
But anyway, yeah, if you take a break and then come back, you'll be like, wow, yeah, this does suck. These guys aren't the Temptations. They just think they are.
Well, I do that for any artist I enjoy. Like, it's the same I do with movies. I won't watch. Like, I haven't watched Back to the Future in full, all 3 movies, in probably 4 years. But I
Really?
do that because I enjoy them so much.
I
that
agree.
I haven't
don't
watched
like
it-
to.
I
Like,
understand.
I don't like to lose the magic.
I haven't watched them since the 2015 screening because I'm like,
Huh.
I want it to be special. And then
Interesting.
I haven't watched ET in like 10 years.
That's why
I want
when-
to enjoy it when I do.
That's why I get bugged out when some people are like, "Oh, I watch it every time it's on TV." I'm like, I will never, because I'm like
Honestly,
that. That
I need
takes
a
the
long
magic.
break from the original Star Wars trilogy because I know them so well. I'm like, I need to watch these like once a decade because, quite
Yeah,
frankly, I have
yeah.
burned myself out on these movies.
Yeah.
What?
That's for sure.
Am I hearing this from Jack DeFranco?
I love
Yeah.
those movies to death, but I can watch them and like kind of just be
Let me
numb
ask
to
you
it
this:
now.
how often do you actually watch Ghostbusters?
Not very often because I don't have time to.
Well,
sit
you're
and
only
watch
just watching
movies.
Lethal Weapon, according to
Yeah.
our friend Corey.
Yeah,
Lethal Weapon
yeah.
and Die Hard. You
Yeah,
will
Lethal
stop on
Weapon.
every
But
single
because
time.
it's so little, isn't it great every time you
It's
do?
great every time.
Well, that's
Yeah.
it. That's why I need to step away from Star Wars. Like, I watched them to death when they came out on DVD. I'm like, I need a break.
Give it 2 years. Just go without Star Wars.
I need
Yeah.
like 5 years, honestly.
Yeah,
Is
like
that
if I was
how-
We're
watching,
going to libel you. Your 41st birthday, you can watch the original trilogy.
Yeah,
again,
I'm
all right?
good.
So 5 years.
yeah, I mean, there's got to come a point. If I was watching Die Hard every week, eventually I'd be like, all right.
I mean,
Like,
we've gone to see it every year. I've
need
taken
to-
the occasional year off from watching Die Hard at Christmas.
Yeah, but I mean,
Christmas
even if it's
Vacation
once
or-
or twice a year, but I'm talking about like, oh, I love Ghostbusters so much, I'm going to watch it every week.
Even
Like,
like Jaws.
I don't
do
watch
that.
things every
but
week.
I
will-
know people like that,
I do
like,
too.
and
can't.
and that bugs me out.
I watched Shaun of the Dead 3 times last year, and it wasn't my choice. It was just like, this movie's that good, huh? I was like, can we watch it with commentary one of those times? Just to mix it up a little. And we did.
See, like even though you guys make fun of me about it, like that's even with Thomas. Like I don't watch the show actively. It's just something I loved as a kid,
Mhm.
and every once in it's like comfort food. Like I'll put on an episode and I'm able to just relax because I remember the vibe and I'm like, this is the energy I need right now. That's why I love Thomas so much. That's why I make the music and that's why I do communicate with the fans. Like Thomas Rails, who's asking us about porn right now.
Is he?
Yeah, he's asking us what's porn. Ask your mom.
Or better yet, ask your dad. He knows.
No, ask your mom. She was in it.
Ask dad to show you.
Which is candy. I feel like I'm just my crazy ass on drugs when I egg.
Yep.
I-
He's high as shit right now.
There's two options. This is a teenager who's fucking with us,
Right.
or the even funnier option. This is a 9-year-old kid who's trying to be cool.
Or it's a legit 37-year-old who actually was born in 1984 and just is a shut-in with nothing to do.
My mom or dad.
Oh.
Oh.
So the song.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, obviously we got to do Surrender by Cheap Trick.
Mama's all right.
Exactly.
Daddy's all right.
Perfect.
They just did a little
Perfect.
Song.
thing. They say it's your birthday.
Happy birthday to you. Mama told me, yeah, she told me
I meet girls like you. She also told me, stay away, you'll never know what you'll catch. Just the other day I heard of a soldier's falling off. Some Indonesian junk that's going round. Mom is alright, dad is alright, they just seem a little weird. Surrender, surrender, but don't give yourself away. Hey, hey.
That's the actual chord.
Yeah.
Judge me.
Mother says your mother's right, she's really up on things. Before we married, mommy served in the wax in the Philippines. Now I had heard the wax recruited old maids for the war.
You're gonna die,
Chris, all of those. I've known her all these years.
Daddy's all right.
Daddy's alright. They just seem a little weird. Don't give yourself away. Hey, hey. Happened to all the seasons, losers of the year. Every time I got to thinking when they disappeared. When I woke up, mom and dad are rolling on the couch. Rolling numbers, rocking, rolling, got Mac's records out. Mommy's alright, daddy's alright, they just seem a little weird. Surrender, surrender, but don't give yourself away. Hey, hey, away.
alright. Jack's alright. Chris is alright. We're alright. We're alright. We're all alright. We're all alright.
Hello, Wisconsin.
We're all alright. We're all alright. Woo! Woo! Another terrible jam session brought to you by Chris.
Yes.
That was awful.
But so much
Oh,
fun.
wonderful.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, they're kind of supposed to be. It's the spirit. It's
No,
not
yeah.
supposed to be actually good.
I realized how much of the words I completely forgot about Surrender, because that's another one of those songs that I don't listen to all the time because I love it. So Tom Rails is a troll, by the way. Hearts
kidding.
emoji.
Get out. I
So,
don't care. The title is
If
This
you
is
had
a
the
troll,
whole
BT
world
dubs.
to yourself, what would you do? Watch and listen to the Chris Aballo podcast experiment.
Wow, look at that.
Yeah,
Look at that.
Yep.
You can't ask for better than that,
Promotion.
everybody. And we won't. It's not going to get any better than that. I want to thank Christian Cordes for joining in with us tonight.
No
we wish
problem.
Andrew
Thank
well.
you.
He's dealing with the Delta variant.
Yes. Get well
And,
soon. Andrew.
yeah, get well soon. Sorry you missed it. We're going to have to do another one of these like soon.
Yeah.
And you'll have to be part of it. I think the midnight show was a fun
Once your
idea.
ass is
It was.
I think we
de-deltified.
need to do the midnight live stream again because
Oh, hell
it's-
I
yeah.
would do this again.
You would do it again, right? You jump in on
Oh
it.
yeah.
I mean, I know you're down.
Not
basically
at
for everything.
2:00 in the morning again, but I do.
No,
it.
yeah, I mean, it
but
ran.
for your birthday,
it ran a little
absolutely.
long.
Happy
That's
birthday,
right.
dude.
Thank you.
That's right.
Thank you.
Well, Andrew and I have our birthdays in October, so we're gonna have to work something
No,
out. Maybe we'll do
about
another one.
those.
Double
episode.
Aw, you son of a bitch.
Never.
Jack's birthday is the best birthday.
Thanks.
Well, I can't go for that. And I would like to thank Ryan Taggart as well for being here, and of course Jack DeFranco, the man of honor. Happy birthday!
Thank you.
Happy birthday,
We didn't spend a
Jack.
whole lot of time on you tonight, but that's okay. It was just the reason, it's
all right.
excuse for getting everybody to stay up past a normal bedtime. So
Mhm.
good enough.
It's fine. Let's
That's
do this
what I
again soon.
We should. We will. And of course, the show will be back next Monday, as always. And you can follow the show at Cape Pod on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. You can follow Christian at Christian_Cordes_ on Instagram, and subscribe to Arcade Productions on YouTube. A lot of cool stuff going on there,
I don't
including the
think I
occasional.
I don't think I will.
Oh.
Oh.
Including the occasional live stream,
Yeah.
spontaneous live stream. And you can follow Jack on Twitter at JackWagon85 and JacksonFigure1985 on Instagram. You can follow Ryan on Instagram at Honey I Drunk the Beers. And you can
Great
follow
username, by the
me
way.
Thank you.
on Twitter at Chris Aballo and on Instagram at Chris Sells Out.
Yeah.
And subscribe to the show, share the show, give the show 5 stars on the podcast app in your choice. We're on all of them now. And subscribe to the YouTube channel as well. 2 to 3 episodes. 2 to 3 video clips every week. And of course, this episode will be available
2-3
in full if you
episodes,
missed
you
it.
die.
If you caught in later, Cape 177 will be the episode. The full video will be up on the YouTube channel as well, and the audio will be available through all the podcast feeds. And as usual, new episode every Monday. So until next time, for Christian, Ryan, and Jack, this is Chris Aballo, and this was yet another experiment.